Oh. Oh. Okay. We Okay, we are I currently have it set up so that we are taking calls on the phone number which is listed in the title. So what we need to do is wait for the brain dead YouTube Shorts viewers to come in, and then they will spread their degeneracy through the stream. Hello Sneeba. Hello Sneeba underscore. Wait, let me get my overlay working. Okay, yeah. So you should be able to type in YouTube chat, and then you'll see my messages in the not YouTube chat. Oh wait, for some reason it seems like YouTube is not connected. Okay, let me. Okay, now my YouTube chat is connected. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hello Ezom underscore. Wait, do you guys hear me? Okay. Yeah, so what we're doing is we're waiting for someone to call in to the Google Voice number, but only if you support Donald Trump. While we wait, I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't know if someone will call. I mean, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see if any. Oh, we have a call. We have a call. Okay, we're picking up. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Wait.
I support Donald Trump.
One second. For some reason I cannot hear. Oh, you know what it is? I have the wrong microphone selected. Let me disable this fucking microphone. Okay. Well,
it is election.
For some reason I can't.
Hello?
Oh, hello. I hear you. I hear you. Hello?
Hello, I support Donald Trump. Debate me.
Oh, sorry. I don't debate trans people. We don't support those people here. That's unfortunate.
You're fucking.
Yeah, that's an auto hang up, guys. I cannot. That's just not. It's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. It's not gonna. So we have to wait for someone else. We're waiting for any Trump cultists to call in and explain why they love him. Hello, the Fizz. The Fizz, are you a Donald Trump supporter? I see you have a Barack Obama avatar. Be honest. Be honest. LGBT is a little too woke for my liking. That's very true. Okay, we have 15 concurrent viewers on the YouTube Shorts somehow, but nobody has called in. Can you useless YouTube Shorts viewers do something with your lives and call in to support Donald Trump? These people need to be held to account. Oh, you voted for Kanye? You're a piece of shit. Not gonna lie, Bonnie, this stream is kind of retarded. Well, the thing is, we have to wait for the Trump supporters to come in, and then it'll all make sense. It's all gonna make sense. For now, we have to put on our brain rot music. Oh. Trump supporter. Yeah, are you a Trump supporter, Dindon Farsis? I see you have a pink name. Does that mean you're gay? It's the fat rat and the big 25. Well, my name is Pink, but it's fine when I do it. It's just not fine when you do it. Surely someone will call in eventually. Surely. My friends and I are cheering you on in VC. Is that not gay? I called and you hunt because you're not a Trump supporter. You're a fraud. I can't allow frauds. Unless they're a fraud that likes Donald Trump, then we can talk. Oh, we're getting a call. We're getting a call. Hello? 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 Is anyone there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello? You
Oh,
hear me?
yeah, I had you on hold on accident.
Yeah,
Do you
why?
support Donald Trump?
Of course.
All right, you sounds like you're joking.
No, I'm so serious.
You're so serious. Okay, and can you explain why it is you still support the pedophile?
I mean, they're all pedophiles,
They're
really.
all
Anyway,
pedophiles.
they're all pedophiles.
And who are the pedophiles, to be specific?
You know.
I don't
You
know.
know who the pedophiles are.
I don't know. You need to explain it to me.
Literally any presidential candidate's a pedophile.
So you're tell I seriously cannot tell if you're joking. What?
Why do you think I'm joking?
you're so you're telling me you like Donald Trump knowing he's a pedophile, but you think all of the rest of them are also pedophiles. And that's serious.
I mean, he's like the best one for us, though.
Okay, and so what is it that you think he's good at? What what makes him the best?
His economic policy, of course. Come on.
Okay, and what economic policies are you referring to?
His deals that he does. He goes around, he has good diplomacy,
Okay, and
and he does
so
great trade deals.
can you tell me about the trade deals that he's done?
He just did a trade deal.
With who?
China?
And what is the trade deal?
I forgot what it was. Hold on.
I mean, you can look.
I need to look at it. I really do.
Wait, Sayo
I
French
don't
fry.
really
Is
I
this?
don't really watch the news
Wait,
24/7,
wait.
but
Eva
I'd
is
be
saying that this is you're her friend. Is that true?
who's Eva?
You don't know Eva? Oh, it's a big. All right, we're
What?
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to decline. I'm gonna have to.
Uh
Hello, hello.
Nigger!
Oh, all right. That's. Wait, I don't know who that was. That must have been a Ninky viewer. That was 100% a Ninky viewer. I don't know how he got in here. He's right. Izam, are you racist? Are you racist, Izam? Oh, we have another call. Let's see who this is. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hello, do you still support Donald Trump?
I kind of don't know yet. I'm still like learning about politics a bit. I had a question if I could ask you.
Okay.
Do you hate niggers?
All right, we tried our best. I don't know why the racists keep coming in. I don't I didn't intend to attract these people. Okay, we have another call. Hello?
Hello.
Is this another prank call?
Are you the libtard streamer?
I am the libtard streamer. Yes. Do you still support Donald Trump?
You're goddamn right I do.
I feel like you're doing a fake accent.
Sounds like something you libtards would say.
See, I'm not convinced that you're a real person.
I'm not convinced that you're not a little gay libtard.
Okay, and so can you explain to me why it is you still support the pedophile president?
Well, I don't think there's any evidence he's a pedophile.
Okay. Except for the letter he sent to Jeffrey Epstein calling him a pal.
I think that's fake news by the libtards.
Okay. It sounds like, I mean, so what is real news? How do you know if something is real news?
If it's on OAN or Fox,
Okay. Are you aware that Fox News is an entertainment company legally because they lost billions of dollars in a lawsuit where they admitted to making
well,
up
that's
lies?
only because the deep state was after them, and Biden and Pelosi set that up.
Okay.
So try again, libtard.
I seriously cannot tell if you're trolling. Are you a real person?
What does trolling mean?
How did you get here? Were you scrolling YouTube Shorts?
So I was on TikTok looking at
I'm
Trump
not streaming
videos.
on TikTok.
I know. And then I went on Twitch and I was watching some of my favorite streamers.
Okay, you have AIDS.
And
all right, we're going to the next person. Hello?
Hello?
Have you called in because you support Donald Trump?
I love Donald J. Trump.
Okay. And could you explain why
I don't know why you
support the
keep calling him
pedophile?
a pedophile on stream
Uh-huh.
when there's literally no proof of him ever being a pedophile.
Okay, and so the letter he sent to Jeffrey Epstein, what is that?
Yeah, I mean, people of high social class, I mean, they talk to each other all the time. I don't really understand, like...
And the pictures of him with Jeffrey Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein on video saying Donald Trump is his best friend?
I mean, it doesn't matter if they're friends.
It doesn't matter if they're... So if your best friend was one of the most famous career pedophiles in the planet, that would just be... That's just a random event?
Well, I mean, when you're a planted Mossad agent gathering like blackmail on foreign nations politicians, like it's kind of, that's of course you're going to be a pedophile, because
So
you
Donald
want
Trump
to
is a planted Mossad agent?
No.
Who is the planted Mossad agent?
What do you Jeffrey Epstein, like what? Of course.
Okay, so Jeffrey Epstein is a planted Mossad agent, and
He is a
Donald
Mossad
Trump
agent.
didn't know that for 30 years?
I mean, I feel like this is kind of obvious now.
What is obvious? Help me understand what is obvious.
I mean, look.
Are you trying not to laugh?
No.
Bro, all right. We got to take another call. Listen, guys, we need real Trump supporters, not fake frauds. We need real people. I'm sorry, Dinkus. Yeah, Eva is sending in her... When Eva sends in her people, she's not sending her best. She is not sending her best. She's sending her worst. How are they calling from Australia? Aren't they going to get insane phone costs? I don't know any Trump supporters. We're waiting for the Trump supporters to come in. They're going to arrive eventually. Okay, we have another caller. Hopefully this will be a real person. Hello?
Hello.
Oh. Who is this?
This is Trump's #1 fan.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, and why do you like Donald Trump?
Well, I just think he was a better choice than Kamala Harris.
Uh-huh. And how big is your penis?
Yeah. What do you like to know?
Yeah, and would you mind
Fucking
sending a
liberal.
screenshot of that to me? Can you send a picture of that to me in my
Yeah.
DMs?
Yeah. See, this is the problem with the left. They're just pedophiles and homophobic and gay at the same time.
Oh, wait.
And
I'm a pedophile, so how old are you?
I'm 12. What's funny about that?
Yeah, that's not allowed on Twitch, buddy. You're banned. All right, we got another one out. We got another. Dude, there's no Trump support. We have to wait for one to come in. Certainly one will come in eventually. Oh, we have another call. Wait, is this from someone who's already called? Yeah, this is from someone who's already called. This is Spark. I have to deny that, Spark. I can't take any calls from gay people. I can actually summon the entire Trump Legion? Okay, Sephorius is summoning the entire Trump Legion. We're waiting for Sephorius to summon all of them. We're waiting. If you are a Trump cultist, please call in. Make your voice heard. The people want to hear from you. You are a liberal sissy who doesn't want to debate me. No, that's not true. That is the opposite of the truth. Are you a communist, Dinkus? I am. I am not a communist, unfortunately. What makes you a communist, Mr. Riftmaker? Mr. Riftmaker, what is communism? Can you explain? Can you explain that first? We need to know what communism is. Also, I'm pretty sure Riftmaker is a slur, so I don't think you're allowed to have that name. But I will be reviewing it with my communism professionals. I'm recruiting the final boss to call you. Okay, what is going on? I'm paying attention, Sephorius. Yeah. Hello, Reclusive. Sup, Dinky Boy, what is going on? We're waiting for the Trump supporters to call in so I can debate them and tell them to get cancer. Oh my god, the light on my monitor changes dramatically when I open a different window. Don't you guys love the fat rap music? Lock in for these next calls? Okay, I'm locked in, bro. Hello, Reeds. Reeds, if you are a Trump supporter or if you know any Trump supporters, please tell them to call in. Spark, do not drop my number in the League Discord, but do drop it in the Trump supporter Discords. If you have any Trump supporter Discords, drop the number. We need all of the RTDs to call in. Well, maybe you need to join some Trump Discords. The music is too loud. Okay, we turned it off. No more gay music. Reads, I don't care if you're Canadian. You need to either decide if you support Trump or if you're against him. You have to decide. Okay, well, let me turn down the browser audio. Turn on protein ribosome. We are still waiting for calls from any avid Trump supporters who would like to debate. If you are a pedophile for Trump, please call in. And we will figure out what we need to do to cure you. Trump has fucked my country with tariffs. How can I like him? Well, that's not my fault. It's not my fault you hate Donald Trump because you have Trump derangement syndrome. How do you feel living in a dystopian proto-fascist hellhole? I mean, it's kind of vibes. We're just having, it's like vibes-based fascism. Reclusive, Dinkus, I am low-key jorking it to you. Is it weird or no? That is, I mean, that's probably what half the chat is doing anyways, so you're just the only one who's come out in the open and said it. Trump is kinda gay, honestly. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for chiming in with your opinion. I am doing it too? Okay, that's good to hear, Riftmaker. That's also a slur, by the way. Please do not reiterate that word. Guys, we need Trump supporters to call in. Group Goon Sesh to Dink is happening now. That's exactly what's happening. If you are a Donald Trump cock smuggler, please call in. Why aren't the Trump supporters calling? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're afraid. Sephorius, where are the Trump supporters at? Also jorking it right now. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the information, Jay. We all needed to hear that. No trans. That's exactly right. We cannot have any transes. Is anybody there? Hello, Dinkler. Hello, Autumn Wisp. What are you doing here? We're waiting for Trump supporters. We're waiting for Trump supporters to show up. You guys ever think about how Dinkus kind of looks like a chipmunk? Like, think about it. Personally, I have not thought about that. Wait, are we liberals here? Yes, we are. What I'm looking at is that you need me to call. I can call it a debate on the con side. Are you against the trans rights, Autumn Wisp? Tways, you can only call in if you are a Trump lover. If you're a Trump lover, then you can call in. We're looking for calls from any Donald Trump lovers. Yeah, I'm against transportation rights in the US. So I think that's called a mental illness. And I can help you with that in 10 years if I'm still alive. I'm running out of air. Do you not remember me saying he is the GOAT? Well, guys, are there any Discords I can join where I can link this phone number? Because I will literally debate anyone who supports Trump. I mean, if you have any suggestions, give me any suggestions. Do you see people's real numbers? I see their real numbers, yes. Call me right now. Tways, you have to call into the number, you fucking idiot. Why is Tways like the top 10 most brain dead people? How is that even possible? Okay, we're gonna join discord.gg/Trump and we're gonna just link the phone number and see if anyone wants to call in. Calling out Mayday. Oh, we got a phone call. Okay, I don't think this is from an American number because it starts with 5, whatever. Hello.
Yeah, you know it's not from an American number.
Oh, it's Mr. Tways. And so Tways, why do you love Donald's cock in your ass?
He's the GOAT. He gets shit done.
What does he get done? The children?
I mean, bro, he was running a TV show 20 years ago.
Okay.
And now he's a fucking president. He gets shit done.
Okay. Thank you, Tways. Thank you for your opinion. Nobody cares. All right, we tried our best with Tways, but he cannot be fixed. He is doomed to forever be a waste of space. I'm just gonna link my Twitch channel in the Trump Discord and see if any of them join. Oh, we have another call. It looks like this is not someone who's called in before, so we're gonna pick up. Hello? Hello?
Hey. Hello?
Are you a Trump
Can you hear me?
supporter? Yeah, I hear you.
Is this some kind of Charlie Kirk kind of thing or what?
I guess I'm just debating anyone who supports Mr. Donald, the pedophile.
Pedophile, huh?
Uh-huh.
It's a
Do you still
crazy
support him?
accusation you got there.
Activation?
Accusation.
Okay. And is it your opinion that he's not a pedophile?
It is.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on the Epstein files that he is blocking from being released?
I mean, Joe Biden had so much time to release the files
Uh-huh.
during his 4 years of presidency.
Mm-hmm. And
I mean,
and under whose presidency did Epstein die?
it was under Barack Obama. No,
It was under
wait,
Donald
wait.
Trump. He died in prison under Trump's presidency.
Okay. So are you implying that Trump had Epstein killed?
Well, what do you think happened?
I mean, it's possible. I do think a lot of people around him
Okay,
definitely
and Trump,
could be on
so
the
who
list.
is in charge of the prison system? Would it be the executive branch of government?
Currently or what?
Like, in terms of the government, who determines whether Epstein dies in prison? Wouldn't it be under Trump's authority to make sure that he doesn't die?
Yeah, that's correct.
So if Epstein died in prison, then Trump at least allowed him to die. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So Donald Trump allowed Epstein to die. Epstein is on video saying that he was Trump's best friend. There are multiple pictures of him and Epstein together throughout many years. There was a letter revealed where Trump called Jeffrey Epstein a pal and said enigmas never age. And Pam Bondi said that she had the Epstein files on her desk ready to be released, and yet it has not been released. So what do you make of all of these pieces of evidence?
I mean, it's obviously just fake news, no?
Okay, so every single fact that contradicts your belief system is fake news.
Yep.
Okay. Are you, I mean, I don't know if this is another troll call.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if you're trolling.
No, I just think the news media is run by the
By who?
the Israeli Jewish state media.
Okay, the Jews run the media, and who is in charge of the United States government right now?
Obviously, the Jews.
Okay, are you aware that Donald Trump and the Republican Party hold all three branches of government?
I am, yes.
Okay, so who is in charge of the government?
The Jews.
Okay, so Donald Trump is the Jews, and he wants the Jews to do whatever they want. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So how are you saying you support Trump if he is the Jewish cabal?
I'm sorry.
If Trump is part of the Jewish cabal, how do you support him?
You know, he was kind of the least bad of the two options.
Okay, I think you're trolling.
What?
There's no way you're serious. Okay. Okay, we have to link the we have to link the thing in the let me link my Twitch in the Donald Trump Discord and see if anyone decides to join. Save me. Casual Nazi in the call? Like it's not real, is that what you say? Bro, you are low-key kind of bad at debating. Thank you, Autumn Wisp. Why did that guy actually sound like a redneck? I mean, you're gonna call him back? Okay, that was Sumac. He was trolling. You guys have fucking cancer. You guys actually have terminal cancer. It was him. Okay, I linked my stream in the Donald Trump Discord. I might get banned immediately though. I might get instantaneously banned. We'll see. The thing is, nobody is active in the Trump Discord. It's literally a dead Discord. I was trying to think of an actual argument, but I couldn't, so it fell apart. You have to actually believe in the delusion to convince me that you're one of them. You have to. Oh, Discord GG/Republican. This is the perfect place to go. Oh, we have a caller. Hello?
Hello. Can you
Saforius,
could
why
you
are
see
you
my
calling
caller
again?
ID?
I cannot see your caller ID now.
Okay.
Are you trying to help your friends get in here without me seeing their phone?
Yeah, because you're a liberal and you're probably gonna fucking
Okay,
dox
yeah,
them.
yeah. I am known for doing that. Okay, thank you, Saforius.
Okay.
I just had to say fake news media, biased courts, or God's chosen. Donald Trump is a Gwen main. Is that true? You mean Ninky? Is Ninky the same person as Donald Trump? I actually don't know. They could be the same person. And then that would make a lot of sense. I'm just gonna spam the Trump Discord until they ban me. Okay. Bro, there's no Discord that's Discord GG/Republican. You guys are scumbags. This is not a League of Legends stream, I can tell you that. That's true. If all else fails, blame Israel. Hi, who else really likes Pokemon? Bro, we need real Donald Trumpists to come in. We just need one. If we can just get one, that's what we need. I should totally give the number to my pro-Trump dad. That's what you need to do, Autumn Wisp. That's the only thing you can do. In fact, if you don't do that, you hate God. Sephoria says 1 minute. Sephoria says 1 minute. Sephoria, Dinkus, you look kind of Asian. Look out for ice. Thank you. Thank you, Riffmaker. Oh, Mom Donnie 2025. I see we have a fellow brain rottist that has joined. Okay, I am now in the conservative Discord. Let's see if I can get anyone to debate me. Okay, we have a caller. Hello. Salam alaikum.
Is it true that niggers did 9/11?
Oh, he hung up himself. I didn't even need to hang up. Okay, not much we can... Oh wait, let me change the stream category to just chatting. Okay, we have another call from an unknown. Hello? Hello? Are you Sephorius' brother? Hello?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hello, are you one of Sephorius' bros?
I don't know who that is,
Okay.
but I am a Trump supporter.
You are a Trump supporter. Okay.
Yeah.
And so can you explain why you still support the pedophile president?
Well, I don't agree with your premise.
Okay. And so you think he's not a pedophile?
I think the burden of proof is on you to back up your claim that he is one.
Okay. And so what do you think about the letter he sent to Jeffrey Epstein saying a pal is a wonderful thing and saying enigmas never age? What do you think of that?
Are you leading with your strongest piece of evidence?
Sure.
Really? So a letter he sent to Epstein is your strongest piece of evidence?
Sure.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to, as a commentary, that's kind of sad if that's your strongest
okay.
piece of evidence.
Thank you.
But is this the one where he signed his signature at the bottom?
Yes,
and it was
the one where he signed his signature at the bottom.
Okay, I read that was debunked.
Oh, it was debunked, and you read it somewhere.
or at the very least, that the sources for that were anonymous or not necessarily credible.
Okay, so it's just not real. It's fake news, is what you're saying.
Well, really, it wouldn't be the first time that something the news told you ended up not being accurate.
That is so true. Because
Okay.
sometimes the news says things that are wrong, therefore you can trust literally nothing they ever say on anything ever.
Well, I don't think that it's a good idea to speak in superlatives like that. I certainly never would.
Okay,
But
so when can you trust the news?
I think that the more you catch the news being dishonest, or at least you could say reckless, the less you begin to trust them.
Okay.
Would you agree that that's logical?
No, that's not even remotely. That's not how the news works. There are sources of information. Sources of information corroborate things. You can determine that something is true when you have multiple sources of information corroborating it.
Even anonymous sources?
I mean, if you have, it depends. It depends on the authenticity of the news organization.
Exactly.
Obviously, if you have an anonymous source, it's going to be more difficult to verify something.
Right. So, okay, let's look at the big picture here.
Okay.
I've been around a little longer than you.
Okay.
And I've experienced a lot of deception in the news, which is verifiable.
So the president who has lied more than any other president in the history of the entire American country, you trust him, but the news organizations that report about all of the lies and crazy things he does, those are the fake news media.
So here's the irony of what you just said. The president who lies more than any president in history is literally a news article or a series of them that went viral.
No, you can just listen to the words he says and then you can fact check them.
Well, what's good then is to dissect a specific lie so that we can check your claim that he is
okay.
Such a
Donald Trump
liar.
said that Tylenol causes autism. Is that a lie?
So my understanding is that they have discovered evidence that it could be a cause.
Okay, so your understanding is wrong because that's not true. But we can go into the evidence if you want.
But if you're right, then this is just a difference of opinion.
No, it's not a difference of opinion because Donald Trump is not a medical professional, so he doesn't get to have opinions on science.
I didn't hear him decisively say that.
He did
that
decisively.
Tylenol...
He said multiple times, do not take Tylenol if you are pregnant. It will make your kids autistic. He said it over and over and over like 15 million times.
I did hear him advise against saying it. I don't believe that was his wording, that it decisively causes it. It was more, it looks like it might, or even if he said probably does, he advised against taking it until we're sure.
Okay, but we are sure that Tylenol does not cause autism. So
I disagree.
Is he retarded or is he lying?
I disagree. And
okay,
by the
and
way,
on what basis do you disagree? Have you read evidence that says Tylenol causes autism?
I've read articles that described documents, studies that show that there could be a link.
Okay, have you read the studies?
Have you?
Yes, I have. We can go through studies right now on the relationship between autism and Tylenol. Do you want to do that? Do you care about the evidence?
I do care about the evidence.
Okay.
However,
so why don't we go through a study right now, and then you'll admit you're wrong when you're proven wrong?
I'll tell you why. Because if your best example of Trump being a liar is something
him saying something verifiably wrong,
is him saying something that half the country does not agree with you on. Okay?
It doesn't matter
So
what the country thinks. There are scientists and there are retards.
how about this? Your best example of a lie Trump told should be something that's verifiable
Verifiably false.
verifiably false without having to read through thousands of pages of medical
You
studies.
don't need to read through thousands of. You can read the report Trump cites in his own explanation of why why Tylenol is dangerous. In the report Trump cites, they specify that they're not saying Tylenol causes autism. It was just a correlational study.
Oh, sure. Okay, so but if there's a correlation, then you can't say that it definitely doesn't cause it.
No,
So this
a
is the problem.
correlation literally doesn't prove anything in science about
No,
causation.
I agree.
So
but I'm
the correct statement is if there's a correlation, then nothing. Correlation, then nothing. It's not if there's a correlation, maybe there's a chance. No, the correlation doesn't prove anything.
right. It doesn't prove that it definitively causes autism.
It doesn't even come close. It's not 1% of the way there.
Well, I don't know if I agree with your 1% at all, but even if you're
It doesn't matter.
giving me
But the
1%,
thing is, it doesn't matter if you agree.
no,
just,
but you just said 1%, which means there's a chance. That's
No,
the
it
way
doesn't.
correlation works.
No, it doesn't. That's not how it works.
The way correlation works is
Okay,
until you
explain it to me.
Okay, it means that there is a connection, not necessarily causation, but until you figure out why there's a correlation, you cannot rule out correlation.
No. From a priori, there might be causation between all things. There might be a causal link between my dick being small and Donald Trump's hands being small. That might be causally linked, but that's a priori. So when you're trying to determine a causal link in medicine, you need to have a biological mechanism, and you need to have extensive studies where you control for multiple variables that show that the biological mechanism is true. None of that happened. All that happened is that there was a single source that specified there's not, like, the source he cites says we are not saying there's a causal link between Tylenol and autism. The source just says we noticed a single correlation, and it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, so that's one source. I've seen multiple sources. Okay, but let's back up a second, because remember, we were talking about Trump being a liar.
Yes.
And your best example of Trump being a liar is a disagreement about how to interpret
No, it's
science.
not a disagreement. The scientists tell you how to interpret science. All you have to do is listen. He chooses not to listen and just says verifiably false things in front of millions of people. That's called lying.
Look, I do not believe that the science is settled. I believe that the science currently shows that there could be a link.
You don't read the science. How do you believe things about? You don't read the science. You don't know anything about the science.
How do you know what I read?
Because
anyway?
you told me I read articles saying that there might have been a study that said you're not reading the science. You're just reading random bullshit.
No, I said I haven't read all the studies.
You haven't read any of the studies.
Well, okay, so I don't think that you're going to have a good faith conversation with me if you're going to tell me what I've read. That's not
I know
really
for
fair.
a fact you've not read any of the studies.
Well, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're not being a liar during this conversation.
Okay.
So it's probably good if you extend that to me as well.
I know for a fact you have not read scientific studies on Tylenol and autism. So I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt on that.
If you want to prove that Trump is a liar,
okay,
you should be able to give an example of a lie that is so black and white that the proof of his lie does not require reading through scientific studies. It should be
you have to read evidence to know if someone is lying.
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Obama lied when he said you will be able to keep your doctor. When he introduced Obamacare, that was the promise he made to the American people to help push that through. He knew it was a lie. You were not going to necessarily be able to keep your doctor if you got Obamacare. And it's now known that he lied about that. So
I think what he's saying is that you can keep your private insurance.
No, he said you can keep your doctor. And so look, my point is, if you want to prove that someone's a liar, you should be able to do what I just did, which is give a clear, concise example of a lie where the proof is so easy to show.
Yeah, but you're just taking a harsh interpretation of his words. Like,
No, you weren't even aware of it. I realized you were young when it happened. I'm calling on something that happened when you were a little child. So I don't blame you for not being up to par with what Obama said during his presidency, but I'm telling you it's common knowledge now that Obama lied when he made that statement. And I'm just trying to give you a demonstration of how to make an argument that someone's a liar. Now,
so if
science,
someone is a liar, they have to say something that's provably false, right?
the more easily you can prove something is a lie, the stronger your argument will be.
Okay, do scientists determine the truth on science?
Science is never settled. It's always evolving. It's always changing. It's often wrong. It's often having to correct it.
The science on Tylenol causing autism is essentially fully settled.
No, I
There
don't
is no.
agree.
Okay. Then so what we need to do is go into the science. Can we do that? Do you care about
You know
doing
what?
that?
We don't have time to do that on the phone.
We have time to do that. Why do we not have time to do that?
I'm
You
walking
can just
around
show
on
me
my
a
phone.
single okay, just tell me a single scientific source that says Tylenol causes autism.
I don't think anybody is claiming that it 100% causes it.
Okay,
but
tell
it's
me a
enough-
single scientific source that says it 50% causes it. Any scientific source claiming any causal link.
Correlation.
Correlation doesn't mean anything.
No, I
What do
know
you think
that-
correlation means?
Okay, so let's say that there is a 90% correlation between eating some new food that came out and getting cancer within 6 months.
Yes.
Let's call it food X.
Okay.
So until the science is able to settle it, all we have is a correlation. If you know about the correlation, are you going to stop eating food X? Or are you going to just roll the dice because it hasn't been proved yet? Because we only have correlation.
I mean, are you aware that the internet is heavily correlated with autism? What is a 90% correlation? What does that mean?
90% of the people who eat food X end up dying of cancer within 6 months. This is my hypothetical, right? You will probably
That would be
stop
a cause.
eating-
That would be a causal study.
No,
That would
no,
not,
that's a correlation.
a correlational study. A correlational study looks at two variables and evaluates how they are related to each other over a data set. If you give one group of people this food and then you have the general population who isn't eating this food, and the group you gave the food to dies in 6 months, that would be a causal link. That would be a causal study.
I didn't give food to anybody. I looked at a group of people and I saw a correlation. I mean, if you Google the word correlation, you'll see that's what it means. So
the word correlation is a mathematical term that describes how two variables
it's also an English word that just means that two things coincide.
Okay, when a scientist says there's a correlation between something, they're talking about a mathematical relationship, like one thing predicts another.
It's
like
also they also mean it in the sense of the English word, which means that two things are happening at the same time. So
No, that is not.
X, and they're getting cancer.
If a scientist says two variables are correlated, that does not mean two things are happening at the same time.
Well, I disagree. I disagree. Now, how about this?
Just because you're uneducated on a topic doesn't mean that your ignorance is equal to someone who's knowledgeable.
Well, it's a bit of an arrogant take, but I respect
It's not arrogant. You are uneducated. You don't understand how science works, and you think that your ignorance on science is equal to my education.
I think what is your education? I'm actually curious. What's your education? That's so much greater than mine about science.
Applied math.
Applied math. How far have you gotten in that?
I'm a 4th year.
So you're still in college.
Sure. Yeah.
I think later when you Google correlation and causation, you're going to be a little embarrassed because everything I've said about what those mean is true.
I promise you, I study these words a lot more than you do, and I know very well what they mean.
So if somebody eats food X and they get cancer, it could be caused by something else, not necessarily the food.
It depends on what. Okay, it depends on what you mean when you say "and." Like, does someone drink water and get cancer, or are you saying that there's a group of people that we gave this food to and then they developed cancer? Because those are drastically different.
You just do a survey after the fact. You discovered that people who got cancer ate food X.
Yes,
But you
this
don't
would
know
prove nothing.
exactly. But this is my point. You're falling into my point now, which is it doesn't prove anything, but it's still enough to
No, it's
pause.
not. It's
enough
not enough.
For many reasonable people. It would be enough of a reason to pause on eating food X until
If you
know
heard,
more.
if you heard that all the people who got cancer ate steak, would you stop eating steak? Like, you would just recognize, oh, that's absurd. Maybe the steak isn't causing cancer. Maybe people just eat steak.
If steak was more rare, it would be a good analogy. So rare, not in terms of cooking, but in terms of frequency. So a lot of people eat steak. I would say the amount of
Okay,
people
so
who
you
took
need
Tylenol-
auxiliary evidence in addition to a correlation in order to have
I
a
get
causal link.
I get that, but there are times where just correlation is
No.
enough to make. Let me finish the statement.
Okay.
It's enough for reasonable people to have a little pause about continuing to consume a certain thing until they learn more.
No.
They don't. They don't.
That's
need to
not how
wait
reasonable people form any conclusions about anything.
Okay, well, going back a step, you're trying to prove Trump's a liar.
Yes.
And I just think you're unaware of the evidence that shows possibly a strong correlation. I don't think
You don't know what a strong correlation is. I don't like that you use these words like you know what they mean.
Okay. It's starting to turn into
there's no study saying there's a dude, the study Trump cited doesn't even say there's a strong correlation.
I've seen internal documents from a Tylenol maker that discussed this correlation and fear of it getting out. I've heard of whistleblower testimonies.
Okay.
There's more to it.
And you haven't heard of scientific evidence.
Well, I haven't read through all of the studies.
You haven't read through any of them.
Yes, to a degree, I am placing some faith in our current leadership that they didn't just pull this out of their ass.
Okay.
And that this is based on studies that they've looked at, which coincide with some of the stuff I've already read.
And what do you do when the guy he's getting his information from is RFK Jr., who has no medical qualifications, thinks vaccines also cause autism, and is just generally a complete dumbass? Why would you possibly trust these people as sources of information on science?
I don't believe that he thinks all vaccines cause autism. I think
he has said there is no vaccine that is safe and effective. He has said that.
Right. He wants better testing. He doesn't think that.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
vaccines are tested more than basically any other medical product.
Well,
and also, what has he done to get better testing on vaccines? He's done nothing.
I think he's making big moves in that direction by
okay,
making
what moves is he making? He's making no moves. Tell me what moves he's making.
I don't think that either of us know what laws he's planning on putting forward.
RFK doesn't pass laws. He directs policy at the HHS. His policy at the HHS has been firing career medical professionals and replacing them with retarded people. He's defunding research for mRNA vaccines, which are some of the most safe and effective possible things we've made in recent scientific history, and he's defunding research for it. These are we have some of the most incompetent, brain dead people in office. And you're just sitting here well, I assume they know what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I think that you and I are just operating on such opposing sets of information.
Well, I asked you to show me your information. You refused to do that. I'm proud. I will gladly show you the study Trump cited, and we can read it together, and then we can come to our own conclusions. Do you want to do that, or do you care?
But when you have a debate with someone, that isn't a time to open up the books and start comparing notes. It's a time to have a general debate and just discuss ideas.
Well, I believe facts matter.
Yeah, they do. They do. And after this conversation is over, I'm sure we can both go back into our corners and take a look, and the fact checkers can decide what's what. But for the purpose of this conversation, let's stick to things that can be easily proven through conversation. So for example, you're trying to prove Trump's a liar. I told you that your evidence for that is weak. If you're coming at me with, he says Tylenol definitely causes autism. I didn't hear him definitely say that.
He said no woman who's pregnant should ever take Tylenol.
I did not hear the word ever. I heard
Okay,
him
he
saying,
didn't say that verbatim. He said like 15 million times, don't take Tylenol. Don't take Tylenol. If you're pregnant, don't take
Right.
Tylenol. Like he's
But don't you
obviously
think-
saying no one who's pregnant should take Tylenol. That's obviously what he's saying.
I think language matters. So when
Okay.
you add a word like ever,
Oh, my bad.
well, honestly, I mean, it's coming down to this one sentence he spoke. Which
It's not one sentence. He said it over and over and over and over.
It's still one
He,
sentence. No
he
matter how many
made
times you
shit
say
up,
it.
turns around on camera and says, wait, is that true? Doesn't get a response and just turns back around and keeps reiterating garbage.
Okay, it's one sentence he said over and over. It's still one sentence, and it's important that you get the sentence right. That's my point.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, so I think that if you want to make the case that he's a liar, you need a better example like the one I gave you about Obama. Let's talk about him being a pedo. I'd love to hear your other, more than a note he wrote from some unverified source.
So
What
just
is
to
your-
be clear,
your-
just to be clear, we don't care about the scientific evidence, but if the scientific evidence is correct, which it is, that Tylenol doesn't cause autism, then Trump is a liar. All right, we can move on to the
if you can
Epstein
prove
thing.
that if you can prove that he knew he was lying,
You can't prove that someone knows anything. Do you realize how dumb that is?
no, we knew that Obama knew
No,
he
you
was
didn't.
lying when he.
No, you didn't.
Well, you don't even know about the story. Again, you
Did
were
you
a kid
peer
when it
into his
happened.
mind? Do you know? Did you read his brain?
It's known. It's commonly known
Okay.
that he knew that you would not be able to keep your doctor, and he lied to the American
It's
people.
commonly known that Trump lies all the time.
Okay, so because the news told you that.
I'm taking the exact statement you said and just replacing my guy with your guy, and I'm showing you how your logic doesn't make any sense.
But the difference is I gave you a specific example. Lies all the time is not a specific example. It's just rhetoric.
Yeah, but the point I'm proving is that Donald Trump lies all the time. So if
That's
you
not-
said
that's
that
not
if
being
something
proven
is
at all.
if something
Because
is
when I
common,
asked him
you
one
said if
example-
something is common knowledge, that makes it true. Okay, it's common knowledge that Donald Trump lies all the time.
It's commonly understood with proof that Obama knew he was lying when he said that. You
Okay.
can't say the same about these phantom lies.
Yes,
that
you can.
No, because when I ask you for one example, you give me something really weak and not black and
It's
white.
not weak. It is black and white. There are scientists who say scientific things, and Donald Trump just makes up whatever the fuck he wants.
No, he's looking at evidence of a correlation, and he's
No, he's
advising
not.
women. I did not say causation. He's looking at evidence of correlation
He
and
didn't read-
saying,
No, he didn't.
don't.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's looking at. He's
Yeah,
just
he's being told. He's being told that there's
yes.
correlation.
RFK told him to go up and say Tylenol causes autism. That's correct. That is what happened.
No, I don't think that. Again, language matters, right?
Okay.
I mean, you're on the left. You guys are the ones who talk about how important nuance is, right? So
I
let's be
guess.
clear with our words. There's a correlation according to RFK, and Trump went up there and he did take some liberties by saying, you know what? Just don't take it if you're pregnant. That was his advice.
He didn't take some liberties. He turned around, asked the people he's getting his information from if what he's saying is true, didn't get a response, and continued talking. That's not taking liberties, it's making shit up.
So you think he made up that there's a correlation?
No, we can find the point in his speech. I mean, I can just show you the clip of it.
Where he said it definitely causes autism.
He doesn't verbatim say the words, it definitely causes autism.
Verbatim. So you have a problem with language. I mean, I get you're good at math. I think you have a problem with language.
No, I'm paraphrasing. Just because I don't say the exact verbatim word, I'm communicating to you the paraphrase.
It changes everything because
No, it
goes
doesn't change everything.
It does because it goes from we are certain it causes autism to it might cause autism.
No,
and if you know
don't
as much
say,
about
you
science
don't tell
as you-
everyone to stop doing something 15 million times unless you definitely know it's true.
He's just look. Yes, you do. Because if you're the leader and you want to save lives, it's enough to see a strong correlation to warn the people that there could be causation. They're obviously still looking into it. In the meantime, maybe just don't take it. That's called being a strong leader.
No, it's not. Why doesn't Donald Trump allow the scientists to speak then? If he's a strong leader, why doesn't he allow people who are more knowledgeable about him to speak instead of himself?
Well, he's the boss, right? He delivers the
Okay, so
report.
he's the boss. Instead of allowing people who are qualified to talk about science, he decides to go up himself and make shit up. And you're fine with that.
So
That's
you
the
believe,
standard you have for your president.
just want to make sure I understand your worldview here. You believe that he went up there and defied his own scientists.
Yes,
Do you have any evidence of that?
because he turns around, asks if what he's saying is true, and then continues talking. So we know he's just making shit up.
You've seen Trump operate. You understand that he's rhetorical. He's
That's
a
not
showman.
rhetorical.
Yes, it is. I don't think that he genuinely expected a response. I've seen hours of him.
Okay.
I've seen hours of him delivering speeches, and he'll talk to people. He'll ask rhetorical questions. He's kind of in entertainment mode. But again, this is not the best example of a lie. And I'm sorry to tell you, but the science is not settled. Neither with mRNA
You
vaccines.
don't know anything about the science. It doesn't matter if you're sorry to tell me, because you don't know or care about the science. Like, your opinion on this does not matter.
You literally know nothing about my background or who I am. So
I know for a fact you know nothing about this topic, because there is no one in the entire planet who is educated on science and thinks Tylenol causes autism. Nobody in the entire planet.
In your bubble, maybe, because you're obviously in a bubble where you don't have enough people who disagree with you politically.
It's not about people who disagree with you. It's about scientific evidence. You
There is
refuse to show me any scientific evidence. You said, but yourself, you're just hoping that the people in charge know what they're doing.
Not simply that. I also consume information. I'm just telling you that, coupled with what I saw from Trump and RFK, I believe there's a correlation. I'm agreeing, not a causation, but for me, it deserves more study, just like vaccines deserve more study. By the way,
the shit you eat when you go to a fast food restaurant is 1,000 times less studied than the vaccines we take. Vaccines get attention from literally the entire world, the entire fucking planet. What do you think a double-blind study is?
It's where they take two people, they give one the vaccine, they give the other a placebo, and they don't tell either one of them which they've gotten.
Okay, so if you have a vaccine and you know that your vaccine...
Oh, it looks like I know science.
No, I'm explaining to you why you don't do a double-blind study for a vaccine. Okay. Because if you have a working vaccine, then to create a pure control group is unethical. So if you know that, then saying there's no double-blind study for a vaccine, it's retarded. It doesn't prove anything. You are not ethically permitted to make a double-blind study for vaccines. It's not that they don't want to because they're afraid the evidence will come out. It's that they're not going to.
There's a problem with that, which is that you're assuming that going into it, they know that they have a good vaccine.
No, there are other vaccines. No, there are other vaccine. You have multiple different treatments. So if you create one control group that's completely unvaccinated, you're putting that control group at risk. So you start with, you have something that you know works, or you have more evidence that it works, and you have an experimental vaccine, and you compare these against each other. You don't do a double blind.
So if we're talking about something like a flu vaccine, how much risk are you really putting the group in? I mean, boo-hoo, I didn't get my flu vaccine. How will I survive, right? So I think we're being a little
if that's your complaint, you can go take it up with the Board of Ethics.
Well, I'm just talking to you here,
Yeah, but you're telling me this, like, the scientific rules of ethics around studies for vaccines is wrong. Then you can go take it up with the Board of Ethics. But you're saying there's no double-blind studies, like they're afraid to make one. No, it's just that they have their ethical rules and they don't make these studies.
I believe they are afraid to make them, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because in my years, I have discovered that big pharma drives medical science. And basically, following the money will lead you to the truth about what's going on in just about any environment. That applies also to medicine.
Okay, and so right now, all of the billionaire donors are on Trump's side. Why don't they just fund their own studies and prove that the vaccines are not effective? Why don't they just make their own scientific studies and prove what you're saying?
People have tried making scientific studies that prove that vaccines aren't effective, and those people got canceled. They had their medical licenses taken away.
Canceled by who? Who controls the government?
No, I'm talking about the American Medical Association, the people who hand out medical
They
licenses.
can just choose to change who's in charge of the American Medical Association.
And by the way, I'm not talking about who's in charge. You asked, why don't these scientists come forward? I'm explaining why. Also,
yeah, and I'm saying right now, all of the billionaire donors are donating to Trump and going to the White House and sucking his cock. So if it's true these vaccines are so horrible, why don't they put together some of their money and fund a study to prove the vaccines are harmful? Why don't they make their own study?
Well, I mean, how much money are you willing to put towards that?
What?
You're asking somebody else to put their money towards something where there's no direct gain.
There's no gain by making a study that'll. So, okay, so let me get this clear. So you're saying the reason Trump won't publish new scientific evidence that will help millions of Americans by saving them from the vaccines is because it is not in his self-interest to do so.
No. You're shifting the goalposts. We're not talking about Trump. We're talking about the billionaires now.
Trump is one of the billionaires. He has multiple billions of dollars.
You're shifting again. Okay, you said the billionaires who are donating money to Trump. So that's who. Okay, but I didn't know you were including Trump. He's obviously got a different position than the rest of them. Would you agree?
No.
I believe that. No, I mean he's the president. He's got a different
why doesn't
position.
the president care about saving Americans from the dangerous
What
vaccines?
do you think he's doing with RFK?
RFK isn't making studies.
How do you know what studies they are working on? You don't know.
If you show me a single study RFK is funding to prove vaccines are dangerous, I'll pay you $1,000.
So you don't think that the government is involved in medical studies?
No, they're involved in medical studies, but RFK isn't doing anything to prove the vaccines are dangerous. He's just sitting on his ass preaching misinformation.
That's his whole mission. That's his entire manifesto.
Then he's useless. He's a fucking retard. He's an idiot. He's doing nothing.
A little weird for you to assume he's doing nothing with the thing he cares about most. But,
I mean, he's firing career medical professionals and replacing them with idiots. I forgot. That's my bad.
I think he's firing big pharma salespeople, essentially, and replacing them with people who actually believe in science, which means...
just know that. We just know that a priori.
Well, I said believe. My beliefs aren't any better than your beliefs.
Well, I mean, we can go look up the people he fired and the people he replaced them with, and we can look at their qualifications.
And let's see what their relationship is with big pharma donors. That's a great idea.
I don't know what to do with. What am I? What do I do with that? So the big pharma donors, those are the problem. But Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, those guys are all good.
Well, you're deflecting. I don't think that money in politics is good at all.
And yet you voted for the guy who's gotten the most campaign contributions from all of the billionaires.
I'm talking about corporate money. So I would rather see there be no corporate money. If an average Joe like me wants to spend $20 on someone's campaign, donate, that's fine. But I would prefer to see no corporations being able to donate. And that would apply to, Tesla as well.
And so in your effort to stop campaign corruption, you voted for the billionaire and all of the billionaires who backed his campaign. And you felt like that was a good plan.
The Democrats actually received more corporate funding. So if you just look at that, they are the Republicans are the lesser of two evils, at least in Trump's case. He's not in it for the money. I mean, they tried to ruin his life.
So you're telling me when Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, goes to the White House and gives Trump a gold statue, that's not blatant corruption?
I think that it behooves a corporation to get in the good graces of the president, no matter who they are.
That's called corruption. That's called blatant corruption.
No, pay for play is corruption. If you can prove that I gave this gift and I got this favor in exchange, then you have a problem.
Why do you think they're giving him gifts? You think they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart?
Are you saying it should be illegal for the president to ever receive any?
Yes, it should be illegal.
I'll agree. And if you want to make that a law,
voted for it. You voted
No, I
for
didn't.
it.
No, I
You voted
voted.
for the. When was Joe Biden receiving personal gifts from
Oh my
CEOs of
lord!
multi-billion
So
dollar
you,
companies?
his whole family had shell companies. They were receiving illicit money from China and Ukraine. I know you haven't researched it. Go ahead and look into it.
Are you talking about Hunter Biden?
Not just Hunter, but he was involved. Yeah, his
Do you
business
realize? Do you
dealings.
realize like the amount of money Eric Trump, the amount of money the Trump family has taken in this year makes Hunter Biden look like an ant. Like Hunter Biden could have been so much more greedy.
Well, yeah,
How do
he
you look
fucked
at
up.
How do you look at Hunter Biden and you compare it to
Hunter.
Donald Trump's family? Donald Trump
Okay,
has his entire family in positions of power in the government soaking in money like a vacuum. There was
I don't.
Donald Trump made a tweet about China, and then $190 million insider crypto trade happened like minutes before that tweet. There is so much blatant corruption happening at his every word, and yet you're like obsessed with the Hunter Biden Ukraine thing, and
Trump. No,
it
it's not
plagues in
Hunter.
comparison.
So
It
again,
pales in comparison.
I started off by saying the entire Biden family. You're choosing to hone in on Hunter. I see what you're doing. It's not going to work. And I just think you need to research a little bit more about the Biden crime family
The
and learn
Biden
about
crime
what they
family.
did. Yeah. Learn about what they did. Learn about how they did it.
Can you tell me what they did that like even compares to a $200 million crypto trade that
Sure.
happens
So
on a tariff?
I can make the case that Trump is an investor, and a lot of times he's going to make huge amounts of money because he has huge amounts of money to invest. And if
He's
any time,
investing on his own tweets. That's called insider trading.
well, okay, sure, is that illegal? I know Nancy Pelosi.
No, it's not
was,
illegal. That's the problem. It's fucking retarded, and you voted for it. You have no
No,
standards. You don't care
no, no,
about
no.
anything.
So you're saying that I can't vote for the lesser of two evils, even if he's
How
imperfect?
is it the lesser of two evils? What do you?
Because the Democrats are 10 times more corrupt than the Republicans, in my
By
experience.
what metric?
My experience.
What trades is Nancy Pelosi making where she's winning $190 million on insider trading?
Her trades are so successful that people create apps just so that regular people like you and me
Yes,
can
there are
copy her
apps
trade.
people make, but do you know
her.
how much money she's actually making? It literally, it's a drop in a bucket compared to the shit Trump is doing.
That's because she didn't start off with as much. But take a look at how much money she had when she came into politics
So,
and how much she has now. Look at how much money Trump had when he came into politics versus now. If you really want to look at corruption, look at who got rich in office. And it's Democrats across the board.
so you don't care about any of the crypto, anything, the Trump coin. None of this matters to you because someone made an app where you follow Nancy Pelosi's trades.
No, I don't like money in politics. I don't like insider trading. But
you love insider trading. You voted for it.
You
voted for Trump to win billions of dollars in the stock market on his own policies.
I would like to see the context of the trade, of the phone call you're talking about, because it wouldn't be the first time that I've seen something get reported in a way that makes him look bad in an unfair way.
Okay, there's a CoffeeZilla video about it. Do you want to go through it? Because you can just see what happens, and it's very obvious.
Yeah, after we get off the phone, I'll watch it. What's the title?
Just look up CoffeeZilla crypto Trump tariff. You'll probably find it.
Okay.
So you don't know anything about that. That's what happened.
Well, that particular story, no. See, here's the thing. After I've caught the media lying about him like hundreds of times and I have my own life to live, I kind of tune it out after a while. I don't need to, go down each rabbit hole only to find out that they lied yet again. Mm-hmm. So you're at the point where I was before I realized I was getting bamboozled and realized that mainstream media is essentially propaganda.
Okay.
So I just
the propaganda is the media that reports things, but you trust that Donald Trump and his people that are around him are telling you the truth.
I'll tell you why. When Trump started running, he would give those campaign speeches. And he's an entertaining speaker, right? So I would watch the whole thing. The next day, the news would describe his speech, and they would totally lie about what he said. That was for me the big awakening that the mainstream news was not being honest. At that point, and we're talking about 2015 probably, I became obsessed with trying to figure out why I was being lied to, which led me on this journey. And here we are. So if I could make one request of you, it would be try to be observant of both sides and do your own fact checking. So for example, as distasteful as it probably sounds, that would mean watching one of Trump's speeches, for example, in its entirety, and then watching the news and seeing how they report it. I can actually give you examples of how they have pretty brazenly changed what he said to make it sound like the reverse of what he meant. Would you be interested in one?
Okay, I just want to clarify. Earlier, I asked you if you want to go in the specific scientific sources, and you said that's not what conversations are about. Conversations are about just getting out the vibes, and whoever has stronger vibes wins. Like that's basically what you told me.
That's a mischaracterization. Again, language is important. What I was saying was that when you're having a conversation with someone, it's not a time to pour through text. It's also probably not really good for your audience.
We don't even need to pour through text. Like he just says things that are blatantly contradicting his own source, but you don't even care about that. Like you have literally no due diligence on anything.
Have you ever watched like a real debate, like a televised debate?
We're not doing a real debate. We are talking.
In my mind,
I care about evidence. I care about evidence, okay? So when we have a disagreement on facts, I think, okay, well, we're both rational people. Let's just look up the facts and figure out who's right. You don't care about that. That does not matter to you. That is the difference.
You say this isn't a debate, but what you're describing is a debate. So tell me, if this isn't a debate, what is this?
No, I'm saying,
mind?
like,
what
you're saying you want to go look at the way other people do debates. I'm saying I have my own style of the way I'm going to do debates. I don't care how other people are doing debates.
Well, let me just finish my point then. The reason why I brought that up is because when you look at a traditional debate, people make their arguments and they back them up with logic, and they cite their facts, usually based on memory. And then
if there's a disagreement with facts, that matters.
That happens after the debate, where the audience can go and research what each person said and decide for themselves what the facts were. And that makes for the most productive kind of debate.
The goal here is not for me to convince my audience. My audience is a bunch of radical left retards. Like, I'm just talking to you and like, okay, this thing is verifiably 100% irrefutably false. And you don't care.
No, I care.
Because we can look up the source together and we can figure it out, and you don't care.
By the way, why did you call your audience retarded?
Because they are.
That's kind of sad to me, to be honest, bro. I think your audience doesn't have to be retarded. I mean, why don't they just look up the things I'm saying after we get off this call and decide if there's any truth in it?
Okay, well,
are they not capable of that?
It seems like we've kind of hashed out what we wanted to talk about. But thank you for calling in.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right. Okay, guys. We convinced him. He's going to look up the facts now. Once he looks up the facts, he's going to change his whole mind. He's going to look up the facts about what Trump said at that Tylenol conference, and he's going to, once he looks up those facts, he's going to really just, it's going to be a radical shift. And Sephora is going to tell me all about it too. That's what I'm so proud of. Okay, let me change the fucking category. Just chatting. There we go. Okay, the category is now changed. Wait, does it work? Okay, it worked. Dinkus, I thought you were just trolling, but you actually debated nicely. Thank you, Riffmaker333. Thank you for being gay. Hello, Evan Bryan. Thank you. So Evan Bryan tuned in and he said, Hillary had a PDF dungeon and a pizza shop. Inject disinfectant. This caller has no clue what he's talking about. Embarrassed for this caller. And he also said Epstein. That's why Evan Bryan is my goat. Truth nuke. Don't you guys love when people drop truth nukes? Guys, I need another Trumpist. I need another Trumpist to come in and get cancer. Why are you homosexual, Dinkus? I was born this way. I don't choose this life. Are you reading YouTube chat? Yes, I am. I'm reading all of the chats. I'm a chat reader. Why aren't you wearing pink? Because I ran out of pink shirts.
I want to explain to you what we're here.
Let me see if I can find the trip of Trump turning around.
As we announce historic steps to confront the crisis of autism, horrible, horrible crisis. I want to thank.
Nothing bad. Dude, I love this quote from Trump. I love this quote so much. I need to show you guys this. Browser. Oh, we have another call. Fuck. Okay. Can't. Pause the cocks. Pause the cocks. We have another call. Wait, is this someone who already called in? All right. Hello? Hello? Hello?
You there?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Are you the same person?
I hope you don't mind,
Okay.
but there was a topic I was hoping we could touch on.
Sure, okay. What do you got?
Well, the one that's blasted across your screen, the pedophile thing, and also how it ties into the Epstein thing.
Okay.
So I don't know if you're aware of this, but Trump ended his friendship with Epstein like 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
And at that time, he even helped the prosecution against Epstein.
He was an inside
during
agent.
his first case, not the recent big one.
He was an FBI informant. That's what I heard.
Well, if it was an FBI operation, then that's who he helped. Okay, but the point is, there's all these claims about him being Epstein's best buddy. I find that amazing when
because
he ended
all
their
the proof,
friendship.
the only proof we have of that is Epstein being in pictures with him and being on camera and on video saying that Trump was his best friend, and the letter Trump sent to Epstein saying a pal is a wonderful thing. That's the only evidence we have for that.
Okay. Well, don't you think you should look at how Trump ended the friendship, why he ended it, when he ended it, and the fact that he turned against Epstein so hard that he actually wanted to help put him in jail?
Then why did it take fucking 18 more years for him to go to jail?
Well, because the guy gave him a good plea deal on his first case. So he got off a lot easier than he should have. That had nothing to do with
why didn't Trump become the biggest anti-Epstein advocate in the entire planet? Why didn't he go on every single news show
but he already was.
saying, guys, this is...
But he already had been. He was the only civilian who helped the prosecution in that case.
Okay, so why can't I find Trump using his platform ever to speak badly about Epstein?
I think that the facts speak for himself. I mean, he helped the prosecution.
You just think that's true, but that's...
No, I've researched it. It's
you researched
feel free to look it up. That can be one thing that you look up after the conversation if you choose to.
But Trump ran his own TV show, right? So this is a guy with a platform to reach a lot of people. So if he knew there was a serial sex trafficker that was ruining like a ton of people's lives, why didn't he just use his platform to speak out about it?
Trump had already distanced himself from Epstein. At the time, we're talking about his first case, where I think, I don't even know what the details of the case were, but I believe that it was some kind of a sexual abuse. After that, he got a plea deal. There was some kind of punishment. And at that point, I think it would be pretty normal to say this person has paid their debt to society, and then you move forward. I don't think that means he knew that Epstein was necessarily continuing on with this ring that he was running allegedly. You know, if he knew that, I would hope he spoke up. But you're forgetting that he had already ended their friendship before that. So they're not going to be in the same circles after that point.
So Trump had no idea.
Trump knew he was a creep. That's why he ended the friendship in like 2005 or so.
And what do you mean? What do you mean when you say he was a creep? What did Trump know? Like, what was the extent that Trump knew?
What I read was that Epstein was at Mar-a-Lago and he hit on the daughter of one of Trump's either friends or guests at Mar-a-Lago. So there was, I think one of them had like a 17-year-old daughter or something like that, and Epstein.
Well, it wasn't just that Epstein was hitting on these women at Mar-a-Lago. It's that he was having Ghislaine Maxwell like recruit them to come over to give him massages.
I don't know what Trump knew about that.
Well,
maybe he.
He probably had cameras in his building. I'm pretty sure he knew what the fuck was happening.
Well, what are we condemning Trump for? Because
we're condemning Trump for knowing that his friend was a giant pedophile and doing nothing about it.
And then what did he do? He helped the prosecution against Epstein when literally no one else on the planet.
And it only took them 20 more years to figure it out. That means he gave them a lot of evidence.
He was charged. No, he was charged, and he received a plea deal. So Trump did what he could at the time. So you've heard of TDS, right? To me, a good example of TDS is when Trump does something good and you can't give him any credit, you have to ascribe a negative motive or find
How do you accidentally be best friends with one of the biggest pedophiles in the planet? How does that accidentally happen?
Okay, then tell me, how was so many people friends with Weinstein in Hollywood?
Because they're pieces of shit. They're pieces of shit. They're pieces of human garbage.
I think it's possible that a lot of people didn't know, but again,
no, they knew. They knew. There was a bunch of women who spoke out, and like people kind of knew Harvey Weinstein was a piece of shit, and no one did anything about it because they were all complicit.
But you're still TDSing because I just said Trump ended the friendship and helped them prosecute.
No, you just think that happened. It's just what you've been told happened.
No, I read it. It was in the news.
Okay, but it didn't actually happen. He didn't actually he didn't actually work to get Jeffrey Epstein arrested. Like that didn't actually happen.
He helped with the prosecution, not the arrest.
I don't think that's true, sir.
Okay, fine. That's something to look up later. So you've got the word pedophile across your screen. So I don't know. I was hoping that you'd have something more than a alleged note that was written combined with a friendship that you're scrutinizing, when in reality he ended it 20 years ago.
There was a recording. By the way, if there was a recording of Jeffrey Epstein saying Joe Biden was his best friend and he knows everything about Joe Biden, you would lose your mind. Like your cock would explode. Your brain would fall onto the floor. That would be the only thing you talk about. There was a recording of Jeffrey Epstein saying like, yeah, Trump was my best friend. I know everything about him. And then also calling him like a psychopathic liar. And like he says this on recording. There's so much video and photo evidence of them together, and you're just like, nah. Trump knew Epstein was a bad guy, and he actually worked to get like it's delusion.
No, I'm agreeing. They were good friends at one point. I'm not even denying that. You don't have to spend 60 seconds repeating that. I get it, but that was a long time ago. Trump
Epstein is quoted. Epstein is verbatim quoted saying Trump was his best friend
over 20 years ago. Okay, so whether that's necessarily best friend or good friend, I think could be debated. But the point is, that was over 20 years ago. And not only did Trump axe him as a friend, he helped the fucking prosecution against him. What more of a statement do you need?
How do you accidentally be best friends with someone who is a career sex trafficker?
You discover what they're all about, and then you end the friendship, and then you go to the FBI and help them prosecute. Like, what more could you ask? You're being.
Well, he didn't actually go to the FBI and help them prosecute. That's just a delusion. That didn't actually happen.
Okay. Then it'll be fun research for you.
Okay.
Okay, so pedophile. What else do you have?
I told you all the evidence. You just think it didn't happen. Like, you live in
I
an
think
alternate reality where Trump was a guy on the inside, and he's like, okay, listen, Epstein, I was friends with him only to get to know him, so I could give the police all the evidence to prove he's a pedophile, so that he could face no repercussions until 20 years later.
That's pretty wild.
That is your story of what happened. It is literally a fantasy.
Okay, feel free to research everything I'm saying later.
Okay.
I think I just maybe have access to more information on this than you, and
Well, you have the information the deep state doesn't want us to know about.
no, I think I've just researched more than you. So,
Okay.
and I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I just think that there's a lot of research for you to be doing. I think you have good skepticism, which will serve you.
You don't know what
when you-
skepticism is. You're
Okay.
you
so,
using that word is like an insult. You don't know what that
okay,
means.
What makes you think I don't know what it means?
Because when you have like someone saying words does not tell you whether or not those words are true. When you
Yeah.
have a source of information, that has to be like
Yeah.
physical evidence, or it has to be multiple things corroborating, or there has to be like scientific measurements. You don't just listen to someone saying something and think that's true, think that's evidence.
I agree. So what makes you think I don't know what skepticism is?
Because if you were a skeptic, you wouldn't believe that vaccines cause, or I don't know what you think about vaccines. If you were a skeptic, you wouldn't think Tylenol causes autism, because you would immediately figure out the truth on that.
Okay. So do you have a friend in your life that you trust?
Sure.
Okay. So if your friend tells you, hey, something awesome just happened to me, XYZ, would you believe them or would you be skeptical?
I would believe them.
You would believe them. Why aren't you applying skepticism to what your friend said without evidence?
Because there are no ramifications if I choose not to believe him.
And what else? I'll tell you why.
I mean,
it's because
you could say that I have a history of believing this person. Like,
Exactly.
I have a history of evidence saying that he's a verifiable source.
So my perspective is I have a history of seeing that the negative reports about Trump are false and that what he is claiming is true, and he's built up some credibility in my opinion. So that's why I'm not automatically skeptical.
Okay, but
by the way, he didn't write the article.
What do you say?
And by the way, he didn't write the article. I read an article saying the article that said that he helped the prosecution in Epstein's first case, like something like 20 years ago. So, I mean, if that was a lie, I don't know why the FBI didn't come out and say that's not true.
Because the FBI works for Trump.
No, when during Biden's presidency.
No, that's a new story that they just made up recently. No one was even saying that before recently.
Okay, so you are skeptical, and I'm trying to compliment you because I think that on a base level, that's a good way to be. And my hope for you is that you can apply that same skepticism to both sides moving forward, and I'm confident that you'll arrive at the truth because you're a smart guy. That's basically all I wanted to say, man. But appreciate you having me on, and I'd be happy to do this anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
My cock is a rock. My cock is a rock, and my cock is a rock. That's all I can say. I just enjoy watching Dinkus be schizo. This guy did not build Rift. That's exactly what I'm saying. If he built Riftmaker, he would know what the fuck is going on. You should take Discord calls. Well, I mean, that would be harder to do because you would like if I got a big Trumpy. I mean, I can join with if you can give me his Discord. I'll call him. We can do that if you want. A server. Just invite him. You could invite him to the... Hello? Wait, you're saying is my mic too quiet? Reclusive? Should I turn it up? Yes? Okay, I'll turn up the mic. 5. Okay, I turned up the mic slightly. Dinkus, I'm going home. Become a communist. You have potential. I'll become a communist when I get fucked in the ass. Okay, Sumik, you can link him my Discord server and just tell him to join any of the channels and I'll move him in. Is it loud enough for you, Reclusive? He might have cold feet. That's a big situation. I volunteer to make you. What is this? What is this deal with people wanting to be communists? Where is this coming from? Do you guys have AIDS? Hello, Zytherium. Zytheriumx. It comes from communism being based. And what is based about communism? You know, we can debate about communism. If you're serious, we can debate about communism if you want to come on. But I don't know if you're trolling. I don't know.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. But with Tylenol, don't take it. Don't take it. And if you can't live, if your fever
You're
is
not
so
trolling?
bad, you
Okay,
have to
call
take
the number. We
medicine.
can talk. Let me see if I can add window capture. I'm not debating. I'm in the other side of the world. Oh. Well, I mean, we could go on Discord. I don't know. Or is there a different I'm not really understanding.
There's no
Okay, let me make a scene for let me make myself a scene for when I want to do YouTube. Okay, we're just gonna do this for now.
no alternative to that. Sadly, first question.
We're just gonna
what
watch through
can you
this.
take instead? It's actually there's not an alternative to that. And as you know, other of the medicines.
Hello,
are
Sio
absolutely
French
proven
fry.
bad. I mean, they've been proven bad.
I believe this guy is a communist and a pedophile. Thank you. Okay, we'll open the let me open the OPGG. Let's investigate. I'm surprised you didn't bring up January 6th. I mean, it's something to bring up, but we were just talking about the pedophile stuff. There's a lot of stuff to bring up, so. Block. Well, he plays a lot of Master Yi, and he plays Jax. So we know immediately from the Jax he is a pedophile. But, is Master Yi a communist champion? I feel like in order to be... Most communists are going to be like Lulu support players because they believe that they should not have any resources for themselves and they should just give away all the money to the liberals. So I will agree with you this guy's a pedophile, but I'm not saying the communism aspect.
With the aspirins and the Advils and others, right? And they've been proven bad.
Master Yi is
I'd like to ask
Chinese.
Bobby
That's
to get
true.
up to the podium
That's
and
true.
say a few words,
I didn't
and then
consider that.
Dr. Bhattacharya and Dr.
Okay, let me try to make another
Dr.
scene.
Fink, followed by two incredible mothers that have experienced firsthand what this country is going through, what parts of the world are going through. And I will say there are parts of the world that don't take Tylenol.
Thank you for the diagnosis. You're welcome.
So or not that Cuba.
Oh, fuck.
They don't have Tylenol because they don't have the money
Okay,
for
I'll just make a...
and they
I'll
have
just make a browser
virtually
scene
no
later.
autism, okay? Tell me about that one. And there are other parts of the world where they don't.
Look,
have
listen to
Tylenol.
this.
Cuba, they don't have Tylenol because they don't have the money for Tylenol, and they have virtually no autism.
Look, he's just like, Cuba. They have no autism in Cuba. Where does he get... Like, it's just blatant, obvious lies. Dude, I don't even know why I'm watching this. I literally don't know why I'm watching this.
Okay, tell me about that one. And there are other parts of the world where they don't have Tylenol, where they don't have autism. That tells you a lot.
Adrian is Cuban, and he
I would
has
say,
autism.
and you know the way I look at it, don't take it.
Don't take it.
There's no downside in not taking it. So I'd like to ask Bobby to come up and say a few words. I hope I didn't ruin his day, but I don't even know structurally if a country can afford it. And that's the least of the problems. To have families destroyed over this is just so terrible. I also, and we've already done this, we want no mercury in the vaccine. We want no
mercury
in the vaccine. The MMR, I think, should be taken separately. This is based on what I feel.
This is based on what I feel.
Mumps, measles, and all the three should be taken separately.
It's based on what I feel.
It seems to be that when you mix them, there could be a problem. So there's no downside in taking them separately. In fact, they think it's better, so let it be separate. The chicken pox is already separate because when that got mixed in, I guess they made it four for a while, it really was bad. So they make chicken pox. Individually, they're okay. When you mix them, something maybe.
Did they ever mix together chicken pox with MMR?
It's not like, oh, if you do bad things. No, it's only good side. And it may not have that much of an impact side in doing it. It's not like, oh, okay, when you mix them, something maybe happens. So there's no downside.
There's no downside.
It's not like, oh, if you do it, bad things. No, it's only good side. And it may not have that much of an impact.
It's only good side. I love Donald. I love Donald Trump. He's my favorite guy. I'm so glad we have Trump to save America. Guys, do we have any, is there any other way we can get people to get rage baited by the streams? I just need people to call in and debate. We just need anyone. Anyone who has the soul. W stream, I'm such a hard carry. Goodbye, Sephorius. Going out Mayday. Oh my god, I just doxed everyone's phone numbers. Oops. I should probably not do that in the future. Probably should not do that in the future. Go into ARAMs and debate the Discord e-kittens. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oops. My bad. Debate Ninky on Andrew Tate. It's already happened many times. Spark, they can't see your number, so I mean, I don't know, but I did show the browser tab for a second, but I don't think anyone's gonna be able to figure out which one is you. Just I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't lose sleep. Is Ninky still an Andrew Tate supporter? Yeah, he loves. No, I don't think he's been like. I don't think he is a big Andrew fan anymore. He's not. I told it. He basically asked me. There was some point where Ninky asked me like, Dinkus, why are women afraid of me? And I said it's because you keep showing Andrew Tate everywhere and saying you're Andrew Tate, and so he just stopped doing that. And so that's what happened. That was the transition. He was literally like, Dinkus, why do women hate me? I was like, maybe it's because you keep saying you're Andrew Tate. That guy literally traffics women. He's like, you might be right. So now he's like sworn off. He's abandoned the Andrew Tate platform and he just says random shit. All right, let me try this. Window capture. My browser. Okay, we want that. We want that. And we want to move that there. Okay, it's perfect. It's fixed. Oh, There's live election results. We have to look at the live election results. Apparently the election polls close in 55 minutes for New York. It looks like the Democrat won in Virginia. It looks like Virginia went blue basically everywhere. Prop 50 is definitely going to be Democrat win. New York City is definitely going to be Zoran. Abigail Spanberger winning by 11% in Virginia. That's crazy. Hello, Scarlett. It is very funny. Thank you. I love revealing people's information. Do you think Trump will cut federal funding to New York? I mean, it's definitely possible. He would not be above it. It's gonna depend, because the thing is, he's not legally allowed to do that, right? Like he literally is not. He's not legally allowed to do that. So it's just it's not really whether he can. It's just whether he will. But I mean, I think he'll try. He'll try to do some shit just to get revenge, because he hates Zoran. But it's gonna be hard for him to just, because the thing is with cutting funding to random cities in the country, you have to have an actual legal basis to do that. And what Mamdani said that he's gonna do is he's gonna have a team of lawyers prepared with like pre-filed briefs in order to counteract them sending either the National Guard or like cutting funding. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, Trump's definitely gonna do some bullshit, but the question is just how effective it'll be, because like any court will just overturn. You can't remove someone's funding just because they voted for the wrong mayor. It's not allowed. It looks like Virginia is just 100% settled. It's already been called. Yeah, this race is already called. So Abigail Spanberger won this. Dude, the debates on this were so fucking weird. I need to show you guys the debates. The debate between Abigail Spanberger and this black is so fucking weird. This black, stop. I didn't, it's not what I meant. I meant black independent woman. I meant strong black independent woman. That's what I meant to say. And you know that that's what I meant to say. So you need to stop. You need to chill the fuck out. So true. So true. Did we really think the Republicans were going to vote for a black woman? Did we, like, whose idea was this, bro? Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Were they going to vote for a black woman? Let's just be honest. It's not going to work. Okay? We just have to get more white men. Just put up a white man with who just says he's Christian and like carries around guns everywhere, and you'll win every election. That's all you have to do. They were not going to vote for a black woman. It was just not going to happen.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger. I didn't hear an answer there on the endorsement.
I needed to turn on the desktop audio. Let me drag 1 second. Let me change this scene around. Okay, perfect. Okay, now you should be able to hear it.
So I want to just make
yeah,
sure,
that's my bad.
Will you continue to endorse Jay Jones to be the next Attorney General of Virginia? And were you aware of these text messages?
Every person involved in politics is evil. Dinkus is getting involved. Therefore, Dinkus is evil.
Those who released
well, the thing is, I was already evil.
For years, so the public was unaware who had knowledge of these
so,
text
actually,
messages.
I can't say that.
What did you do about I learned of these text messages the day that they came out, and I denounced them as soon as I
Someone remove that message.
And importantly,
delete that message. Delete the evidence.
Point, as we move forward, the voters now have this information that was withheld for them, presumably for political reasons.
I have to delete the evidence.
But the voters now have the information, and it is up to voters to make an individual choice based on this information.
I can't. How do I delete my own message?
I understand what you're saying about the voters, but for you yourself, do
I can't delete it. Never mind. Whatever. Now it's on the record.
We are all running our individual races. I believe my opponent has said that about her lieutenant governor.
It's on the record. It can't be fixed. There's nothing we can do about it.
Decision. I am running my race to serve Virginia, and that is what I intend to do.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger. We just want to clarify, what you're saying is that as of now, you still endorse Jay Jones as Attorney General.
I'm saying as of now, it's up to every voter to make their own individual decision. I am running for governor. I am accountable for the words that I say.
Look at her. Look at her. What a strong, independent woman.
That I have put out.
Thank you.
I am responsible for the policies I put out and the work I will endeavor to do tirelessly for the people of Virginia.
Thank you, Ms. Spanberger. Ms. Earl Sears, before we get
Mrs.
to
Earl Sears,
because we will get to rebuttals, we have a question for you. While there is no equivalency, this next example does speak.
Look at her. She wears an American. It's actually comical the things these Republicans dress in. Like she's wearing an American flag. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to wear a fucking American flag.
Opponent, and I don't want the best for them. Is there a place for that kind of political speech? You have 60 seconds.
Well,
this is too far. I don't think.
I'm a Christian.
Sorry to see you go.
I'm a Republican, and I'm required to forgive people. And it's hard sometimes when somebody has abused you, etc. But it's something you must do, because not to forgive is almost like if someone said, you drink poison thinking that it's going to affect the other person. And I want to live a decent life, and I don't want to not have peace in my life. And so as I've said before, I would not say that. So that's why I'm wondering why my opponent won't say, beyond it's abhorrent and disgusting, why she won't say it is not okay and that he must leave the race, because Jay Jones advocated the murder, Abigail, the murder
too woke for
of a
me.
Man,
I should call the number to defend my pedophile. Wait a minute. No, I'm not the pedophile. It's Donald Trump. I swear.
Would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? Abigail, you have nothing to say? Abigail, what if he said it about your three children? Is that when you would say he
I don't even know what's happening.
You're running to be governor.
Ms. Earl Sears.
I think she's waiting for her time.
You would not personally say this, but do you think...
I think Abigail's just looking at the camera because she's supposed to wait for her time, but the other, I don't know her name, but she's just like looking at Abigail like, respond to me. But I don't think that's allowed in the rules. So she's.
Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail? You're running to be governor.
It's just crazy.
I know you're saying that you would not personally say this, but do you think still that there is that place for that kind of rhetoric, the example that we gave, even coming from others? You have 30 seconds.
So I'm responsible for my behavior, and what I've just said, I wouldn't say that. I would not speak that way.
Oh.
I'm from a third world country. I was born in Jamaica, and when I was 10 years old...
So Abigail Spanberger is responsible for her party allies and the words they speak, but she's not responsible for Donald Trump's words.
I saw that kind of political violence, which is why I'm asking
that's
my
how that
opponent
works.
to please ask him to get out of the race. Have some political courage. What you have done is you are taking political calculations about your future as governor. Well, as governor, you have to make hard choices, and that means telling Jay Jones to leave the race. I have seen what it means when people
I don't even know what Jay Jones
shot
said.
In the streets.
He probably
and
told
thrown
someone
in the
to kill
back of
themselves.
cars just for political purposes.
He probably told
You don't
someone to
wanna
kill
see that in
themselves.
America.
So
America must never
unlucky.
be that place, and Abigail needs to say something.
Ms. Earl Sears, you're out of time there. We do have one more follow-up question for you before we get to rebuttals. One more question for you. This is on the topic of endorsements. President Trump has endorsed the Republican incumbent Attorney General. Do you need Trump's endorsement to win the race in Virginia? You have 30 seconds.
So I will take all endorsements, including
I don't
the
think
president,
she's.
and I am working very hard for the people.
I don't think Trump was ever going to endorse you. I don't think. Just personally speaking, I don't think she was going to get her. What's up, Tways? What's the question? What is the question, Tways?
Of Virginia. I believe in lower taxes. The people want that. My opponent, unfortunately, she's already said she's going to raise taxes. She's going to raise energy rates. Well, she's already voted that way because, well, that's all she wants is solar and wind. Well, if you look outside, the sun isn't shining and the breeze isn't blowing. And then what, Abigail? What will you do? What will you do? You're smirking. And you know that the people of the Southwest have a lot of energy issues.
Ms. Earl Sayers, we need to get to rebuttals. So, Ms. Spanberger, you have 30 seconds to respond.
I think in her response to the question that you asked, my opponent proved my point, which is when violent rhetoric comes from...
Why was there never a first round done in the Democratic Party for the... so there was a primary, but like the Democrats did hold a primary in 2024. It's just that after Joe Biden won the primary, Joe Biden dropped out of the race and appointed Kamala Harris. But there was a primary. Like, you can look it up. There was a primary.
Side of the aisle, she refuses to denounce it. The statement that
there was just not any major...
Donald Trump was violent rhetoric.
Basically, Joe Biden kind of said, like, I ain't stepping down. Joe Biden said, I ain't stepping down. So nobody wanted to run against him because they wanted to have unity in the party. And I mean, it was kind of fucked up because he was supposed to step down. But so we ran a Democratic primary, but there was basically no one running against him. And then he won basically every single state. So he became the primary candidate. And then afterwards he stepped down. And so they made Kamala the... I mean, people did vote for Kamala. They just voted for her as the vice president. But I mean, if you wanted... Also, there's no one debating me right now, Balance. We don't have anyone calling in. There's nobody watching. But if you know any Trump cultists who want to call in, then yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, I was saying, like, so the thing is, Joe Biden stepped down at a crazy fucking point, and then if you're the Democratic Party, you either have to run a second primary or you have to just decide that Kamala is going to be the primary candidate. And they only had like 130 days, so I think they just went with Kamala, and it was like really fucking scuffed. Like it was actually the biggest nightmare of all fucking time, and that's kind of why we lost. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Rhetoric that she refuses to denounce, and this is why I
did
say
not advocate
you are
murder.
not
Earl Sayers,
my
she
enemy.
has her 30
And I
seconds.
wish
She'll have
you would
it.
stop
Murder.
using
Oh
language
wait,
like
I need to add the chat to this thing. Calling out Mayday. Do you think Kamala dodging the media?
that.
Please,
But
I don't know
am
if you're
also
trying to
glad that
rage
she
bait me or if you
is
just have
about
AIDS.
issues of
I literally
affordability
can't tell.
because
Ms. Earl Sayers,
as
the
we are
viewers won't
talking
be able
about
to hear.
issues of affordability, I am the only candidate on stage who's put forth a plan to actually lower costs for Virginians.
Ms. Earl Sayers, now your turn.
You're
for
being
rebuttal.
dead
You have
ass.
30 seconds.
I don't think Kamala dodged the media, so I don't know what you're
So
talking
what
about.
Abigail has just said is a lie, that she's the only
She
one
wouldn't
who
interview it. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure she did interviews. So.
has affordability. Please go to spambergerlies.com and check that out.
I'm gonna go see if I
don't
find
understand
one.
why you just can't come
Okay.
forward and say he needs to go.
Go
I mean,
find
we're talking about
go
murder. We're
find your
talking
Trump
about someone's life
cultist
being
and
taken
bring
from
him
them.
here so he can be
Have nothing to say about
so he can be tarred and feathered.
Are you not going to address it? Really, you can't go any further. You're a governor. You're supposed to stand up for all the people. Are you saying political murder is all right?
Ms. Spanberger, I want to give you a chance
I
to
have a
respond
rebuttal to
since
that?
yes.
Once
You have
again,
30 seconds.
I have denounced political violence, political rhetoric, no matter who is leading the charge. When given the opportunity, Lieutenant Governor Earl Sayers, you have not done the same.
No matter who is leading the
And
charge
so
on
when
what?
it is important that all
When
of us set
someone
a better
showed a sign
example.
that
Earl
said,
And so
difficult for us
I
to
could not
hear
drink
if
no
at
you're
a
matter
water
who
fountain.
is
It took you a whole
providing
day to
the
say
comments
something,
that
Abigail.
are
Why- what is
on,
going
and
on,
it's
bro?
difficult for us
She has
to
no,
hear
she has
if
no
you're
What is
both-
going
You
on?
cannot be governor. No courage.
The audience can't hear when you're talking over each other, so we just want to make
Excuse
sure that we
me, I
limit
was
that
not
so
talking
people
over
can
her.
hear.
She has no courage.
We're
Okay.
going to the next topic
Yes,
now.
we are moving on to the
The thing is, she asked for a response and then she just interrupts. You can't explain this. It's inexplicable. No one knows how. Oh, you found the mutual. Thank you, Balanced. Do you think Biden putting on a MAGA hat is crazy? Put me in, coach. Tways, do you have AIDS? Tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. Do you have AIDS? Tell me. Balanced is recruiting his Trump friend to talk to me.
The next topic with Tom on federal workers.
Thank you, Deanna. It's been more than a week since federal lawmakers allowed the government to shut down with more
Just
than
depends if he wants to join, but if some disgusting pig named Washington or whatever the fuck joins, you're welcome. Okay, good to know, Balance. Thank you.
150,000 government workers. Virginia is facing the brunt of the impact. So, Ms. Earl Sears, knowing its impact on Virginia, if you were governor now, would you ask the president to use his power to work with Democrats to reopen the government? You have 60 seconds.
So my opponent all summer long has been playing political football with federal workers by trying to say that she loves them more than anyone else. Well, let me tell you what love looks like. It looks like Abigail calling Senators Kaine and Warner and telling them, go back, do your job, and vote against the government shutdown. We only need eight Democratic senators. That's all we need. And we cannot find 8. And yet we can find 2 in Virginia. When are you going to publicly say to Senators Kaine and Warner, go and do your job and keep federal workers working? That's the way you stop the shutdown, because right now they're having to work, and especially our military, without any pay.
Oh wait, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna rage bait all of the people that are currently. We're gonna do some rage baiting. Let me find my stream. Calling out Mayday. Look it up, Dinktard. Thank you, Tways. All right, we're gonna. Well, I'm gonna watch the live election results.
Endorse
That's what we're
both
gonna
candidates. If I'm right, am I right? But
this is very
maybe
important.
I'm completely off base about that, but I feel like that was in the news for a little bit. The amount of open tabs in your Chrome is giving me. I want to close it. I really do, but I don't know how to do that on the live
No.
stream. So
Tways,
if
why are
anyone
you-
is well versed in StreamYards, I too would like to close
You
it out.
have AIDS.
But yeah. Can you make your quality better? I'm sorry, I really don't know. I don't have.
You
the
react
most
to that.
amazing
I mean, that's
Wi-Fi,
basically what I'm doing
all the time. So sometimes it fluctuates in and out, but
You
I
need to-
hope
you need to
it's-
get
I hope
cancer,
it's enough
Tways.
for tonight.
I don't know what to
we'll,
tell
we'll
you.
keep that noted in the future, and maybe I should close some tabs if it is not so great in terms of visibility. What's happening with Tennessee's 7th district? Don't know. Not happening tonight, though. That election is December 2nd. It's right around the corner. We'll cover it then. Maybe we'll do a live stream then, actually, if you guys would like. But yeah. So what has been called so far? Let's recap. Let me go ahead and actually update the screen down below so you guys know, because I think that would be helpful. Let me go ahead and edit this and put it back up, just so you can see it. But let's see. Abigail Spanberger wins Virginia governor's race. Mikey Sherrill wins Jersey governor's race.
Oh, I got timed out.
Too close to call.
Okay, I don't think the Trump or
What do we think?
conservative
Oh.
discords are very good.
Sorry,
places.
guys. 1 second. See, this is why I needed to do a test live stream, and I didn't do it because I was so eager to get back on here with you guys. But yeah.
So right now, I think all of the governor elections are going to Democrats. Hi, Balanced to join now.
Let's see if they've changed their mind. No,
I'm pretty
they have
sure
not. Jay
Jordan
Jones
Peterson is fucking
widely,
dead, by the way.
Widely,
Pretty sure he's
expected
actually
this
dead.
evening to win this race. Doesn't look like this is going to be a good race for the GOP. So
Tways, why
Virginia, in many cases, looks great for the Democrats.
Tways, why do you have
Lieutenant
actual
governor's
cancer?
Race is quite
Why do you have
solid.
actual
The general's
cancer?
race is tracking for victory. The governor's race has won. Alexander Hamilton, am I glad to see you? I see you on every
Tways, why do you have actual
live stream.
cancer?
I've seen you for years now. Thank you for coming back to the live stream.
This is what
A lot of
Tways
love
just
for you.
sent me.
Appreciate it.
Is this crazy? Is this insane, Riz? I think that's what it is.
We missed you. back on. Mikey Sherrill winning so early is really fascinating.
Tways
But
is
also,
literally
New Jersey
1v9.
seems to have been
That's what I'm
capturing
saying.
in a lot of their votes
Thank you,
faster.
Scarlett.
Looks
Who
like, what are we
decided
at?
to
I mean,
choose
polls
a leader
closed
based on
not
which
too
yapping
long ago.
RTD has the
26%
most
said
yapping
40. Let's see if
RTDs
BDHQ,
following them?
maybe they're also working with the Associated Press.
Dude, I think
But they
Tways
don't
is
have
just
any
the
more results, but they're
CEO of
saying
Riz.
that,
I think
it's
that's
gonna
what
be
it
Mikey
is.
Sherrill. So not super surprised there, but I definitely did not think
He
it would
just
be called this
knows
early. I thought
he has the
Democrats were going to be,
tactics.
waiting. Hair is herring. I appreciate it. I just watched it today. Today's wash day, so I was like, I have to do it for my live stream. Watching from New York City, and it's scared. Well, New York City is going to come in at some point, so we will get a result here. I believe the polls close at 9 o'clock p.m. 1.85 million people. This is crazy, guys. I mean, that is insanity. Highest turnout in decades. I wonder who that benefits.
I'm just gonna say it. Democracy is stupid and overrated.
Race, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look. Does Westmore have
Dindon,
the most
aren't
aura
you
of
in
any governor in
France?
history? I don't know, but
Why are you
stay tuned.
flaming
Actually,
democracy
supposed
right
to
now?
record something cool with a governor tomorrow. If you have any guesses as to who that might be.
Wait,
It's gonna
I
be over
literally
Zoom, though, because
endorsed.
I'm up here in
Wait,
Boston and
Tways,
cannot
you're
go
right.
further
I
down,
did
so
endorse
it's
you.
not more
I
affiliate,
endorsed you as the.
if it was, would be, but excited.
I endorsed you as the perfect candidate.
Westmore's great. Great guy.
Only qualified
Huge
people should
fan
be allowed to
of-
vote. I don't even think there's an aristocracy anywhere on the planet. I don't think that's
the
a
fact
real
that his
thing.
office was willing to do.
Pretty
an
sure
interview
that's
with me.
fake
I mean, that
news.
was great. And very much stand-up guy. You know, regardless of party affiliation, in either way, right? There are oftentimes politicians who are not
Bro,
stand-up. He is great.
There's
guy.
all these e-girls in Ninky's
So
Discord,
much.
and they're spending so much time yapping about how they need a man to ruin their life. And so I said, if you want someone who will never give you attention and refuse to show you love, Tways is your guy. And now now they're e-dating. But the thing is, Tways is a big fan of the catch and release method with e-girls. So he talks to them for like 2 seconds, and then he tells them to get cancer. He controls everything. He has all the power.
E stand for something we need to know. It's my channel name, guys.
RBC is the king of e-girls. I
Hyperfixation.
forgot.
Thank you so much for the super chat.
Hypergore.
Voted for the first time today. Congratulations. Voted for the Democrats in Virginia. It seems like the vote is actually translating into a victory, which is always great. You know, when it's your first
Scarlett,
time
that's
voting.
literally what he does. He
Thanks for always
catches
keeping
the
me in loop.
e-girls,
Thank
and then he
you for tuning in.
releases them out
Really
into the
appreciate it.
wild.
Hopefully you
More
got a nice
traumatized
voted
than they
sticker.
were
I don't know
before.
what they looked like.
And more alone.
Can you talk about the Pennsylvania Supreme Court
That's the
races?
strategy.
Let me go ahead and check that out. I don't think we have on here, so let's just go to the elections page. Got the New York Times push alert. Virginia has elected its first woman governor. Shout out Virginia. All right, let's see. Atlanta mayor. Do we have results in Pennsylvania? Let me go ahead and check in with the ballot line team on this. Is there a PA results? Are there? Asterisks. Let's go ahead and take a look at
Perfect. Now we got the Trump cult
Pennsylvania.
messaging.
Oh, here we go. All right. Retain. If I'm being honest, guys,
I should really go
I
to
don't
sleep. All right,
know
goodbye, Ding Dong
when we will get
Parsons.
results on this fully. Pennsylvania is a large state, and only 11% is.
And then you
in.
hit
3
them up a
million
month
votes remain to
later.
be counted.
Tways, do you actually
So,
do that?
That's a lot.
Do you send them a random DM 1 month later?
Apologies.
Is that true? How does that work? How does that work for you? What? Okay. What does it even? If Biden wore a Trump hat, what does that do? Like, what? Why do we even care about this? Biden Trump hat. Why does this matter? Who cares? I don't think that means he supports Trump. I'm pretty sure he's just wearing the fucking hat because it's retarded. I mean, I guess you could say it is crazy work. Like, it is crazy that he wore it, but I don't know what else to say.
Seen them, so I want to go ahead and take a look. I think we just have Atlanta up here, but
Yeah, he
I'm
loves
sure the
Donald.
New York Times.
He loves Donald Trump.
Has the result in.
He's a
Georgia.
big
Maybe
fan.
Don't, but I know it's the Public Service Commissioner election. So let's go ahead and take a look. I heard the Democrats coincided
Bro,
with primary.
Tways, I don't know if you're being serious. He obviously
results
didn't
here, so
hate Kamala.
go and see.
Yes, Scarlett, the Muslim guy's gonna win. It's pretty obvious.
David, thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate it.
Meaning that if
Oh,
he hates her,
here we
the
go.
Democrat.
Wow.
Twice, do you actually
Interesting,
think this, or are you
interesting.
trolling? Like, I cannot tell.
We'll track them throughout the evening. Thank you for flagging. Let's go here. Hashmi wins this race. Spamberger wins this race. Now the Attorney General's race is too early to call.
It's too close to call. It's
Big
Gay
thank you for the door.
Jones
Thank you so
versus
much.
Jason
Appreciate it.
Miyares. Miyares.
Does your name say Veggie? Is that it's hard, I can't zoom in because it'll mess up the orientation of everything on screen.
Finally,
but,
a normal politician.
appreciate it.
I mean,
Thank
he's
you.
not that normal. He's like pretty radical, but whatever. He's better than the other alternatives for sure.
I'd hardly call victory in 2 states that.
I'm pretty. The thing is, I don't know what Mamdani is hiding. Like, I don't know if he's hiding some very radical political views, because he kind of has a history of saying
Which
some
is
shit. But
incredibly
I assume
indicative of
I assume he
suburban
like, believes what
voters
he's
who,
saying.
you know, obviously, as implied by the name, live on the outskirts of a major city, one that is impacted directly by Donald Trump. I think on one end, Loudoun County being more to the left than 2016 when Hillary Clinton's running mate was on the ticket. Biden's 2020 election performance, which was the best performance for a Democrat in Virginia since.
I mean, the thing, well, I don't think in Norway, they're running democratic socialists. It's like because if you're an espoused democratic socialist, that's a very different form of government than. I don't think there really aren't any socialist governments anywhere. So it is still radical, even if you move to Norway. It is still kind of radical. It wouldn't be perceived as radical, but it's still further left.
You know, he still has to come in, but for now, I'd say I stand by that estimation. Hyperfixation, thank you again. How do you think Trump will react to the blue wave? Well, I don't know exactly how the president is going to react to tonight's victories. I imagine that the first person.
Wait, what do you mean? Explain the sides. What does that mean? What do you mean? What are you saying, bro?
Opportunity to dunk on the president. We will
What
see
sides?
exactly how that is done.
We don't have left and right, and like in America, we don't have left and right. We literally just have a cult of people who love Donald Trump, and then we have like normal people. There really is not left and right. Like it's not.
I
It's
just
not
got home
real.
to tune in. Well, welcome back home. Hopefully you can relax a little bit as these results pour in. Yep, Virginia was called right away. In fact, before the live stream began, Decision Desk HQ called it, I think, 2 minutes after poll closing. I mean, this is just insane turnaround.
Socialist means that you have no ability to, like, in a socialist society, you cannot sell things to people. Like, there are no commodities. So a socialist society it's literally like there is no form of currency. It's just people have things and they share things, but like there's no idea of selling things or like businesses. Like it's a very radical form of organizing society. So that's why I'm saying there's no socialist. Like there are social countries, which means they have like social safety nets, like they have welfare, they have universal health care, but there are no socialist, meaning like they have abolished all forms of capital. And like, does that make sense?
As I'm recording the video, because otherwise I'm going to get distracted and lost into my words unless I'm actively doodling. Sometimes, not always, but I'm trying to see if I have a good example. And this is exactly the perfect example of me getting very distracted. I mean, but you can just find.
Wait, I'm literally just saying. My honest explanation is that there is no. I've never heard of socialism referring to a currencyless society. Well, that's what it's. I mean, there are definitely people who call themselves socialists who I don't think believe in like this idea of socialism that I'm talking about. But the early idea of socialism was that you would abolish all private ownership, and all capital is just owned by the people, whatever that means. So like that's the early idea of socialism. So right now what we have in European countries is we have capitalist societies with social safety nets, which if you want to call that socialist, you can, like, words are just words. So it doesn't really matter what you call it. So you can say that, like, if you want to say that that's what socialism means to you, then you can say that. But yeah, but generally when I hear someone say they're a socialist, I'm assuming that they're talking about like the theoretical idea of socialism, which has to do with like dramatically changing the organization of society.
Fine, and for a while They said Jay Jones was going to lose, that Jason Miyares was going to win. But it looks like, and this is what I talked about. This is what I talked about, that it was tonight
Twice,
that was going to be
communism...
the real question for the Democratic Party about what...
Twice, I don't... Why are you just saying random retarded shit? Like, what are we typing? I mean, more in the sense of being closer to a truth. I guess. Yeah, I mean, the European countries are definitely closer to socialism, but I wouldn't say that they're
mattered
socialist.
to them more. It is not partisan.
We got North Korea,
by any
exactly.
metric to
North
Charlie,
Korea
thank
is
you,
gonna,
Super Chat.
and China.
To
North
call
Korea and
out
China is what we all
what
need
Jay
to
Jones
look
said
to
over text.
as our
I think
leaders
that
in
is
the
something
world.
that everybody can agree.
We should all just admit that
completely
China's
wrong
number one and move on
should
with our
absolutely
lives.
be,
Can we just admit that?
called out for?
Can we just give up on the
You have
Chinese
to look at the voters who
propaganda?
are weighing this as an option and say, I, yes, am turned off by the things that he said. But there are voters out there who look at this and say, at baseline, would I rather have a Democrat or Republican in office?
No, Tways,
And
communism is
when
not
we
better than
saw
capitalism.
the
Thank
polling
you.
data released.
Thank you for your
In fact,
question,
I'll pull it up.
Tways.
I think
Very
it's better
insightful question.
to look at it that way.
I was saying left
when you
wing.
look at the poll
Yeah,
data-
for sure. Like a left wing party in Norway would be seen as radical in America for sure.
Polling data. Yars's numbers, even amidst the scandal and the adversity for Jay Jones, the numbers never hit
But
50%.
but I do think that they're. Oh, we got a call. Let's see. Let's see who the fuck is calling me. Let me go back to the debate scene. Okay. Hello? Hello?
Nigger!
Oh. Alright, let me block that number. Block number. Okay, we blocked that guy. Okay, now this person already called in before, and I don't think I was a big fan of them, so I think I'm gonna block this number as well. Alright. Oh, that's Tways. Oh, that was Tways calling. Because he has the... Yeah, Tways, you're a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself, Tways. I mean, radical left in Norway is straight up communist. Yeah, they might call themselves the Communist Party. So that, I mean, yeah.
To include that nearly part. That shows that this voting base, seemingly, was willing to look past the Jay Jones controversy if it meant having a Democrat as Attorney General. So, that's something to keep in mind. Someone pointing out that Spamberger is speaking. Unfortunately, I don't have a live stream. There is actually some very serious copyright rules around, including a live stream. I used to do it in 2019. Those live streams got taken down of my Democratic primary debates, but those were really fun to cover because just a lot of things happening all at once, but we can't do that anymore.
Tways, you have AIDS. You have AIDS.
Yeah, let me go ahead and see. Oh gosh, guys, I completely missed the chat where I had asked you guys. I told you guys that I was doing a video with a governor tomorrow, but I feel like I've missed.
Hey,
when people
hey, Dunkus, what do you study? I study applied math and computer science. Thank you for the question. Very good question. Thank you.
Telling me who they thought it was.
And I'm
what you
also
look like.
currently pre-med,
Yes,
and I
is
will
me.
apply this summer or next. I will apply in the summer of 2026
Yeah, I don't know when
to
New
go to
York is
med
coming in, though.
school.
That is the one
and
that
then
I
I will
think is
start
piquing
med
my interest
school
right now.
in
The rest are
2027
we know how
fall.
they're gonna go. So not Newsom. I actually don't have a contact to his team. I would reach out and ask because I would love to have Newsom on. Your governor's Maura Healey. I live in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So my governor too.
Big fan of. Did you big fan of what? Were you just saying big fan of?
See, guys, I just don't know. So 9 p.m. Let me go ahead and check.
Can we get a hairline check? Sure. Let me show you the hairline. I believe I don't have a receding hairline. That's my understanding. but you can fact check that yourself. I mean, this is like kind of, but I think I'm chilling on the hairline. Seems kind of Vegeta. Strong hairline. Thank you, Scarlett. Okay, we're getting a call. Let's see. Let me see if I've already gotten a call from this person. No, it looks like it's a new number, so we're gonna pick up. Hello?
Hey, I'm just calling in to say Heil Hitler and fuck niggers.
God damn, we got another one. So that's unfortunate. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and block that number. I don't know what else to do about that. All right.
Because let's see.
Delete the VOD. Delete the VOD.
Oh, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Is there any news on the Voting Rights Act decision from SCOTUS? No. There is going to likely be an update, either if they do emergency end of the year, or it will come at the normal time in June, to which I actually do think that a lot of the red states, let's say they get rid of Section 2 or do some type of alteration that allows
types are
newly drawn
spaces.
maps,
Where did
even
you
though it will be
where did
way
you
beyond
come here
deadline,
from?
and
Are
some
you a
states
fan
might
of my
have
League
already
of Legends
conducted
videos?
primaries. These states
Yeah,
at which
Scarlett,
the
I assume you
Republicans
don't want that. I was
putting
not under the
on this
assumption that
decision
you,
from the
you wanted that.
U.S. Supreme Court.
But thank you for
I do
clarifying.
believe that they will redraw the map anytime they can do it. 2026 is going to be a race, especially after tonight. They're going to see these results and say, we're going to lose. So redrawing the map might be a necessary component for them to have any chance at victory. They'll do it by any means necessary. So no word yet, but I think we are going to hear something soon. Sorry if the polar seltzer is annoying in the microphone. I'll back. Let's see.
Bro, why don't the elections go faster? Okay, well, I'm not. Oh yeah, the nuclear power is like a really big deal, and we just like we're not making big moves on it because everyone's gay, but we are getting solar and wind, and we're also getting hydroelectric cars. That might happen sometime in the future. So I mean, there's definitely optimism in the climate space, and there's a lot of pessimism because we're like fucked. Like there's probably gonna be entire areas of land that are just unlivable in the future, and oh well. But I mean, we are where we are, and we elected a retard to be our president, so we deserved it. We failed a nationwide IQ test. Why didn't you create a new YouTube channel to cover your new interests? I don't really feel like making more League videos. So
across the state.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use this channel because I didn't feel like making a new one.
Democrats are just massively overperforming in a lot of these seats. So wow, absolutely insane. We'll see though. Some more results coming in.
Fair.
No ring light looks better. Guys, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, there are some results in North Carolina. Sending love from another person in Boston. Your channel was...
In Norway, you pay less tax if you loan electric car, which is quite radical. I mean, that's not even radical. That's just like... That just seems like fucking obvious. Like, if you have an electric car, you should pay less tax. Because when you're using gas, you're emitting fumes into the environment. And so you're making the entire rest of your nearby area take on the cost of all of those fumes. So you should pay money because you're forcing all these other people to inhale the fumes of your car. That just seems like it just seems like so obvious, but it's considered... I don't even feel like it's a radical policy. It just seems obvious.
This is one of the... Not tough for the Democrats. I mean, they are doing quite well in the New Jersey governor's race. I guess it doesn't want to show over. Let me get over to the Times. We'll look back to ballot line in just a moment.
The production of the thing is with electricity, like, yes, there are coal plants that produce electricity, but the thing is, the waste in an electricity fueled engine is significantly less than the waste in a combustion fueled engine, just in terms of the amount of energy you get out versus the amount of energy that's in the fuel. And also, generally, sources of electricity are cleaner than sources of combustible fuels. It's like, yes, you have coal plants, but you also have solar farms and you have nuclear power plants. Like, most of the clean energy is converted into electricity, but like, there's no clean energy that's converted into combustible fuel. Now, there is natural gas like methane and ethane, which are actually very clean fuels that are good for the, or comparatively pretty good for the environment. But most cars are burning like octane and stuff, which is very, very bad for the environment. Bonnie Dinkus, why do live in country with population of 342 millions? You really think you will have control over government while competing with this many nut job so citizen? That is a really good question, H Rombo. Yeah, I think we're all, well, my personal opinion is that we are kind of fucked right now, but maybe there is hope if we can wake up and stop being retarded. But I mean, it is really like we might all just kill ourselves. We might all just be fucked. And if we're all fucked, then there's nothing you can do. But at least you can speak out and just make your opinion known. Also, we use 99.9% green energy. Yeah, I don't know the stats, but I assume Norway is using more clean energy than United States.
Let's see. Wow.
It would be nice if the entire, like, the thing is, America has so much power to be a leader on green energy because other countries look at America, they look at our emissions and they say, well, we're not going to do better because America's doing so horrible. Like, we have the opportunity to be such a leader on the climate, but we just refuse to because we're fucking retarded. Has NYC come out? I don't think it's been counted yet.
Spotsylvania, I did not know that was a county. 11 points to the left. Portsmouth, 8 points to the left. Let's see if we can find a Republican trending. Okay, we found one. Looks like there, about 11,000 votes there. Another one, 1%. Almost every single county. Wow. I mean, look at some of these massive, massive shifts.
But yeah, voter turnout is super up for the Democratic Party, which is a good sign.
Only 2 counties.
All right, goodbye, Scarlett.
To the right. I want to see if that compares to what we saw in 2017. This is 2024. This is 2017. I don't know if we'll have the shift from 2016. Okay, quite a bit more red in terms of the results there. But Ralph Northam was expected to do win there. He won by about 8.9%. A lot of red though. A lot of red areas, shifting in favor of the GOP relative to the last cycle. So really interesting. But in either case, the 2025 race in Virginia, an absolute blowout for the Democrats. Not just in the governor's race, but the lieutenant governor's race, where the Democrats are doing well. The general's race, which
Cuomo's not going to win. I promise you, he's not going to win. It's just not happening.
Good position for them to be in.
It's just not happening, dude. In New York, if you go out in public, you go out in public and say you support Cuomo, like everyone thinks you're a fucking delusional piece of shit.
Just really,
like the culture in New York
margin for Mikey
right now
she's going to do well though.
Is
she's
super anti-Cuomo and like they it's more it's more acceptable to say that you support Curtis Sliwa than it is to say you support Cuomo. Like nobody there likes Cuomo. There's nobody emphatically voting for him.
Virginia is weird. I'm not going to read the rest of your comment, unfortunately. It's definitely weird. East Coast is ahead in time. They know the results, but won't tell us. Right. I agree. Let's see here.
Oh, ballotline.com. This is the website. Okay, so right now in New York, Mamdani is plus 14. It looks like in every single election. Hey, let me look at the elections. Bro, it's not working. Oh, wait, see live results? Dude, it's not working. And not, it's just you and me. Yes, Tways, thank you. Okay, so in this one, it looks like Mickey Sherrill's just card winning. Jay Jones' race is very, very close. Because Jay Jones had this whole scandal where he was telling Republicans to kill themselves. So it looks like the polls close on New York in 10 minutes. It looks like in Atlanta there is a mayoral race, but it's all no party. 86% of people voted for Andre Dickens. Wow. It looks like everyone voted no on absentee voting and voter ID restrictions. Raise taxes for school meal program. So I assume Colorado's going to vote yes on that. Yeah, maybe I should end the stream because there's no one calling in. Thank you, Tways. Goodbye.